What is going on, everybody? Jorge Aquino coming to you live and direct. It's Tormenting Tarmac podcast where the enthusiast never dies. We're here, folks. It's officially the holiday season. Season's greetings to everyone listening and or watching here. It is a pleasure to be with you. I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday, and we are in the thick of it. Date of recording is December the 1st, which means we are officially 24 days away from Christmas. If you celebrate, and I think we're like 3 weeks away from Hanukkah, and about 3.5 weeks away from Kwanzaa, I think. So shout out to anybody who celebrates Kwanzaa. Let's go. Tonight, I have a great guest lined up who has been on the podcast earlier this year, and then she has proceeded to blow up and do a lot more cool things and didn't forget me as a friend, and she has agreed to come back onto the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Miss Victoria Eskew calling in all the way from New Jersey. Hello, my dear friend. It's great to see you. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. I'm so happy to be here.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you wanting to go ahead and come back and have a good time and whatnot. You have been a very, very, very busy bee over these last several months. Like it's like your glow up slash blow up is like kind of like that's my girl. Like, let's go, Victoria. It's so cool. I have been just following everything as much as I possibly can. Like, you have been going everywhere all over the East Coast. I actually, memory serves me right, you also hit up California after we did our first original podcast, right? So we
Yes,
we got so much to catch up on. We got
that's
a
right.
ton. We got a ton. But it's great to see you. How was your Thanksgiving holiday?
It was amazing. Thank you. I went back to Connecticut, saw family, bunch of cousins. I think it was like 15 of us at my mom's house. So lots of
Damn.
food. I stayed there through the weekend, came back Sunday,
Okay.
but definitely helps her with all the leftovers and everything as much as
I'm
I could.
sure you did. You went ahead and like loaded up. You did a meal prep from your mom's house. That's crazy.
You bet I did. You bet I
I
did.
love it.
That's
Yes.
right.
Did you drive the 996 up to Connecticut?
I did. Yes. So luckily the
Nice.
weather was mild and it was fine. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. How far of a drive is it from? Because you're in Jersey, but like you're Jersey, basically in New York. Like you're very much in the tri-state area because you go to New York essentially for work. So from where you are to get up to where your hometown is in Connecticut, like how much of a drive is that? It's not that far, is it?
No, I mean it's an hour and a half typically. Usually
Oh,
a little bit
so
of
good.
traffic. It's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I love about the tri-state area and just like the upper East Coast is like, oh, it only takes me 90 minutes to get from one state to the other. Here, if you drive an hour and 30 minutes, you're just going to another town. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
it's quite like Arizona from a land mass perspective is actually quite a big state. Like us, New Mexico, Nevada, Colorado, Utah, like we're all around the same size in terms of area.
Yeah.
So like I think Arizona is probably as big as three-quarters of New England. It's actually
It's
it's quite
wild to think
huge,
about that. I
isn't it?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I like because I'm in North Jersey. So from the Orange County, Rockland County border of New York, I'm like 25 minutes. So I can go up to, there's a lot of good driving roads up there. So if I wanted to like pop up there for an afternoon or on Sunday morning, Saturday mornings, that's a typical driving route. It's like a state park up there.
Yeah.
But if I want to go across the Hudson over to Connecticut, yeah, within an hour and a half, I'm in like the next two states. So it's nice.
That's so cool. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder how much ground you cover in 5.5 hours because I just
Mm,
got back from Los Angeles week before Thanksgiving. And from my house, which is like pretty Western Phoenix. And so obviously you go west and whatnot. So there's really only one other suburb of Phoenix that you have to go ahead and hit before you get out of what is called Maricopa County here for anybody.
got it.
Obviously, every Phoenician that's listening to this podcast knows, but for anybody who listens outside of Arizona, Maricopa County is the county where I live in. And so it's a pretty big county. It's very much the biggest county in the state, followed by Pima County, which is where Tucson and the rest of that metro area is, which is where I'm originally from. So that's like southern Arizona. This is more centralized Arizona. And so I'm pretty far out west in Phoenix metro. And so from my house to Los Angeles, where I went to, it took me about 5.5 hours,
Okay.
which is pretty good, mind you. Like
Yeah.
I had really good traffic coming in for the most part. I ran
Yeah.
into some traffic as soon as I enter San Bernardino, which is just the beginnings of LA County and whatnot. But for the
Right.
most part, like coming in, that's 5.5 hours. We're talking like little as makes no difference, 370 miles. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Western Phoenix to LA. So
Hmm.
in 370 miles from where you are in Jersey, either north or south,
Yeah.
where
Or
are you
west.
hitting? Or west, fair. What are you
Right.
hitting? So if you're going up
Let's
to if
see.
you're going up north in 370 miles, what are you at? Where are you ending up in like New Hampshire?
I mean, you could probably get to like the Canadian border, depending on
That's
how fast you're driving.
crazy. That a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Like 5.5, because like most of my hour is still based in my head in like Connecticut. Because
Yeah,
if I drove from where I'm from in Connecticut, which is Fairfield County, up to like the northernmost ski mountain is like Jay Peak, which is basically the border of Canada.
yeah.
That's like 5.5 hours from Fairfield County. And I'm a little bit south of that now, like on a
Okay.
map. So probably around there. And then if I
Okay.
went south 5.5 hours, uh, well, I mean, I went to North Carolina, Durham for
Yes, of
Luft
course, for Lufticult.
Colts.
Yeah.
And that was 7.5 to Durham, North Carolina. So I would probably be somewhere in Virginia in 5.5,
So
like
you're
North
meaning to tell
Virginia,
me that in 5.5 hours, you're basically crossing across 5 states.
like 5 states. Yeah.
I'm literally hitting from Western Phoenix into Los Angeles.
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And then 5.5 west would probably be you pass through Pennsylvania, which is about 4 hours across.
Right.
So probably like Ohio.
Which is funny enough, where you bought your 996, of course.
That's true. Good
Look at
memory.
that. Like,
Yes.
oh my gosh.
Crazy.
It's stuff like that that kind of makes me reevaluate my life of like, man, should I have gone ahead and should I be an East Coast kid? But then at the same time, like,
You could be.
yeah, I could be, but at the same time, then you think about like when you and I were in school and whatnot, we
Hmm.
were learning about Lewis and Clark and all the
Yeah.
explorers and the move out west.
Right.
Like I love the feeling of being in the wild wild
Hmm.
west.
Yeah.
It like I love it. It's just cool. I okay. I have this weird thing, and I wonder how you feel about this. And we're going all different places, and we'll eventually talk cars. I promise. But I've never liked the how do I put this? I don't like how prime time on you guys' local television is set up on the East Coast. I don't like things starting at
Mm.
8. I find that
Yes.
so weird. So like I
Yes.
remember I'm Puerto Rican, right? So I remember in 2008 after I graduated high school, I was on vacation for a month in Puerto Rico visiting my family. And
Hmm.
the NBA finals were on and it was the Boston Celtics versus the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
I think I was watching game 6 of the NBA finals and it was in Boston. And then game time was like 8:10 Eastern. And I
Right.
was like, bro, if I was home right now, it would be 5 o'clock. The
Yeah. Isn't
game would
that
be over by
weird?
like 8:30. Yet on the East Coast, like, I was watching the World Series the other day. It was the Blue Jays versus the Dodgers.
Yeah.
What was it? Game 3, which went 18 innings,
Oh my
did
gosh.
not end until like 11 o'clock Eastern, or excuse 11 o'clock local time in Phoenix and in LA. And it was like almost
One.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it hadn't the time change hadn't happened yet. So it was like
Right.
the 3 hour time difference. So it's like 2 o'clock AM in Toronto. And I was like, I feel horrid for everyone who lives on the East Coast right now.
Well, I mean, imagine playing though.
Oh, dead, dude.
How are you playing at that
I don't know.
time?
How are you functioning at 2 o'clock in the morning? That's what's
Yeah.
wild to me.
But like
So,
that makes me think about like because F1 drivers are traveling all across different
yep,
time zones, right? So it's like
absolutely.
they have to think about like how they're going to sleep in the week leading up to the next time
Oh
zone
my
to like
gosh.
adjust
Yeah,
because like because some of the night races in like the desert where they have like the desert races,
yeah,
imagine like you have to sleep through a portion of the morning because you're racing at night. It's just like
absolutely. Well, the
wild.
same thing because they were just in Vegas the other day. They were in Brazil before that. So, like, if you
Right.
like, they're going from Brazil to Vegas to Qatar to
I
Abu
know.
Dhabi within a
Yeah.
4 week stretch. Like, the damage that does to your body in some way, shape, or form
Yeah.
is no joke.
No
Like,
joke.
then you wonder, now, and then it makes you reevaluate because, like, sometimes we complain of, like, oh my gosh, there's 3 weeks in between a race. Well, it kind of makes sense when you really think about it
Right.
because the teams all have to go ahead and get used to some sort of regular, normal sleeping schedule, especially if a car gets wrecked. And it's like, oh, okay, not only am
Yeah.
I jet lagged, but I'm also going to go ahead and stay up all night to fix a car.
Right.
And or strategists, we got to strategize. We're going to stay up until like 4 o'clock in the morning
True.
in Europe. but then, hey, we're about to go to Canada next week. I'm like, or in 2 weeks. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Um,
Right.
so it's just that's a good way to see. There you go, cars, ladies and gentlemen. We would. I told you we would eventually get there.
We made the circle. We
We
made the
did.
circle.
We did. We're so good at this job, dude. We're so good at this job. Speaking of being really good at jobs and stuff like that, Miss SQ, you have been killing it with tune up like
Thank you.
crazy. The views are just unreal on a lot of your clients, and I love seeing it. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for your clients. I love that
Thank
they're
you.
getting the exposure. I love that obviously that's driving business. And I'd like to go ahead and get a little bit into that and whatnot. But I guess I want to kind of focus on you for a few minutes because again, we started the podcast saying like, oh, Victoria's kind of had like a little bit of mini blow up since like January and whatnot. And you have it's so true. Like, you know, let me start here because this
Mhm.
was easily the coolest thing I've seen from you all year long. That's saying something. But my girl got featured by Porsche USA. Hey,
Crazy.
yo,
Hey, yo.
hey, yo, Chaim, dude, that's so
Wow.
sick. How
Thank
crazy was
you.
that, dude? So,
Crazy. Crazy.
yeah, so
Crazy.
Victoria hits me up. So we were originally supposed to do this like the week before Thanksgiving,
Mm.
and we had it all set. And Victoria casually, nonchalant messages me. She's like, "Hey, can we like change this to like the week of Thanksgiving?" And I was like, I can't do Thanksgiving because I promised my wife no podcasting, no TT stuff during the Thanksgiving holiday. Right?
Right.
That's my promise. And I stick to that. I've been sticking to that for 3 years. I'm gonna continue to do that. But I can
Yeah.
do now, which is December the 1st. And she's like, and you said, okay, perfect. And I was like, awesome. And you said the words, I've got a few things cooking up. And I'm like, okay, cool. All right. Like, that's what's up. Like, I love when things are cooking. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that like a few days later, you would go ahead and do this collab post with Porsche USA. I remember DMing you and be like, a few things cooking up, huh?
Yes. You were like, wait a minute.
Wait
Wait
a
a
minute.
minute. Way to be nonchalant.
Way to be nonchalant.
Yep.
There's cooking and then there's opening up a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that was so cool.
Um,
Walk us through this. So obviously,
yeah.
you have had this opportunity to over the past few months, you've written stuff for like a couple of different websites featuring the 996, which was so cool. I've read like three
Right.
of them.
Thank you.
You've been like doing your own videos, like you've done a couple of interviews for particular brands and whatnot, which has been so
Mhm.
cool. So how did this collab and feature with your 996 come about with Porsche USA?
Yeah, so I was working on with a videographer friend of mine, Manny the Grapher is his Instagram name. He
Ah,
and I
yes,
worked
this dude is
on,
such a G. Okay.
yes, he's so talented. So he came to me and was like, I would love to do a portfolio piece on you with your car. Would you be interested in that? I said, of course, that's an honor. Thank you for thinking of me and considering me. So we shot the piece in, I think it was June, and we wanted to, see if there was any interest in it and posting it anywhere. And Porsche USA had commented on one of my videos where I do like the weekly outfit recaps
Mhm.
where I walk around my car. So I messaged them saying, hey, I have this piece. Would you be interested in taking a look at it? And they said, well, we have this campaign called There Is No Substitute. Please submit your entry through there. So I submitted the video through there, and that led to, hey, we would like to do a bigger thing with you. If you'd be interested, we'd like to have a call with you. We'd like to talk with you and kind of understand your story. So that's kind of how it naturally and very organically came to be. Had a great chat with them, and obviously super honored to tell my story with growing up with Porsches and stuff, and kind of my background with the brand, and very honored to be featured. Had a lot of fun putting the pieces together with the content that I wanted to share. They kind of had their choice with what they wanted to feature based on what I provided. So yeah, and then it came to be, was posted a couple weeks ago. So
That
really, really
was
cool.
it was so much fun because like I think 2 weeks prior to that, they featured my friends Sam and Michael Zimmerman from Florida
That's right.
with their 964 Turbo.
Right.
And
The
so like I was
cobalt.
already yeah, it was just
Yeah, beautiful
so sick.
color.
So very similar color to yours, but a 964 obviously.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean that blue is very rich
uh,
blue.
yeah, it kind of slaps. Let's be honest. It's
It's
just kind of
beautiful.
it goes hard as hell. Exactly.
Yes.
And so like I'm already on this like hype train of like seeing my friends get featured by Porsche USA. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go. Sam and Michael killing it. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And they had their own very cool set because it was like it was, your typical West Florida type vibes, palm trees,
Mhm.
everything like that. I'm like, I'm over here like super hell hyped.
Yeah.
And then like a couple weeks later, I'm like, hey yo, are we like are like is Porsche USA like double dipping on my friends real quick? Like this is crazy because
Hmm.
then you get your feature, and I was like, oh my god, let's go. And so
Crazy.
like it was just so cool. And that particular piece that you did for your video, which is on your YouTube channel, everybody. Okay, first of all, if you're not following, please go ahead and check out Victoria on her Instagram at Victoria Juliet, and it's the same thing for her YouTube channel. So please go ahead and subscribe to that, and please go ahead and give her a follow. She's killing it on both ends. But on your YouTube channel, which is a lot of fun, your typical ones are your mostly vlogs of what
Yeah.
you're up to during the weekends. I know that you just dropped one today. I didn't get a
Yes.
chance to watch it, but I try to watch as many of them as I can here and whatnot. And so, but the one where you talk about your Porsche story was
Yeah.
was extremely different to any of the other videos on your page
Yeah.
because it was, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of old school Petrolicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I know
Yeah.
exactly that was the vibe you were going for. You could very much
Yes.
tell, and you killed it. You guys knocked it out of the park.
All Manny. I can't take any credit for the
Oh,
editing,
shout
the
out to him.
shooting.
He's so cool.
Yes,
Like
he
he was
did
the one
it.
that was responsible that went ahead and did your uh what's her name from Gotham, or not Gotham, excuse me, but from the Penguin and from the Batman. Why am I
Yes,
for
yes, yes. The photo shoots.
the photo shoot? Yes, and I'm
Yes, I
blanking
can't think
on
of the
her.
character's name either, but yes, I know what you're
Yeah,
right. That was that we shot that last December.
I remember that, which is like
Yeah.
super, it's like super rad. And
Yeah.
so I really liked the way that he was able to go ahead and format that video. You when you were on here last time, you talked about, because now it's been over a year and a half since you owned your 996. So it's been quite a
It
bit,
has.
quite a bit now,
Yeah.
well over 20,000 miles at this point that you've put on it, which is
Yes.
unbelievable. Shout out to IMS
Crazy.
bearings not going out because you drive your car.
Shout
But
out.
when you were formulating the video idea with Manny and whatnot. Like
Mm.
you obviously, he tells you that he wants to feature you and whatnot, but it's still your story. What is what's the storyboard on how you want to go when you tell us when you tell your story like that? Obviously, like what do you think was the key to go ahead and make it as interesting as it was? Because like that video, out of all your videos, is easily the most watched on your channel right now. I think we're like
Yeah.
clicking over 30K views. It's a
Yeah, I
good.
think we're at this when I last checked, I think it's like
Oh
41,000.
wow, that's a lot,
Yeah.
dude. Because you usually average a couple thousand,
Couple thousand.
which is already pretty good in and of itself. Like I've got one video that's only cracked like 400 views on the TT channel, which thank you everybody.
Shout
That's
out.
what happens. Shout out. That's what happens when you put Pagani in the title.
That's
Um,
right.
but like when you're doing that and you're making not a vlog, but like a formatted piece,
Mhm.
what's your mindset and what's his mindset when you guys are trying to collab on this together?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we kind of chatted back and forth. We sent questions that he wanted to ask when we did the interview part, which is kind of where the video starts.
Right.
And I kind of filled in some like, okay, I think we can talk about this. These are maybe how I want to answer it. So we kind of structured a Q&A piece in a Word doc first, to kind of get an idea of what my responses might be. And then when he asked them, I kind of had an idea of what I would want to share as part of my story. So we kind of focused on my background with the Porsche brand. So like when I was growing up, my dad obviously was part of the Porsche Club of America. So talking about that, talking about how, being a young female, a lot of people don't necessarily understand like why I'm into cars. Like it doesn't really make sense to a lot of people when you're that young, like 8 or 9 years old. So talking about that, and then just talking about how it's come full circle with the ownership finding the car, and then being able to go to the events myself as my own enthusiast and like show up to the events, and how it's totally come full circle, and I'm just so grateful and I feel very, very blessed. So yeah, really cool to share that. And then we go into the piece of talking about driving the car. We go to some spots in New Jersey to kind of like showcase the car, and like kind of like where I like to take it. And then we he he really had a good way of capturing my emotion with when I'm driving the car. So that's kind of like from the side shot. He's in the passenger seat kind of shooting me as I'm talking about like the car has become a diary for me to kind of like write
Hmm.
chapters of how I've evolved in the past year and a half in terms of like, the music I listen to or what I'm thinking or where I'm going or that kind of stuff. It kind of captures, I feel like I have a one-on-one relationship, like as a diary in the car, because the car and I have like this dynamic that it's only the two of us kind of
Right.
have, a unique kind of experience together, so it's definitely become a strong bond. Like you said, over 20,000 miles I've driven the car. So
I mean, I can't, we talked about last time when you were on that, we want to add a G wagon into your fleet at some point because that's the dream. Like
yes.
have a G, have P, like
Yeah,
that,
that's the two-car solution
let's
right
go.
there.
But the funny thing is that although I very much see you in the G, I could, for as long as I've known you, I if you ever got another 911, like
Yeah.
I don't think you'd ever, I think you'd find it really difficult to part with your 996.
I
Would you agree?
know. Yes, I think
Yeah.
about that pretty often. Um, I don't, it's become such a part of me, this
Yeah.
particular car, obviously, because I've developed such a bond. It's been a lot of firsts with this car, like going
Sure.
to events as my own, person, kind of showing up with my own car. Obviously, a lot of media I've driven from it. Yeah, it's been such a cool experience, and a lot has come out of owning this car, and I feel like it's become very much an extension of my personality and kind of my taste. Yeah, I don't think that that is any near future plan to part ways with it, but time will tell. Time will tell.
Right. Yeah. Like, don't ever, don't, let me, this is for you and this is for anybody that's listening and stuff like that. Don't ever call a car your forever car
Right.
because even though you can probably keep it forever, that's perfectly fine. But don't ever paint yourself into a corner where you feel like, oh man, I said I wouldn't sell it and now I have to sell it. Like, if you ever feel at a moment's notice that it's like, oh, maybe it is time to go ahead and move into something new, or maybe I have to go ahead and make that choice and things of that
Hmm.
nature, don't ever force yourself to feel bad,
Right.
at the end of the day. Like you're an enthusiast. I think what makes the best enthusiast is that enthusiast that's able to grow and evolve and develop into something different.
Agreed.
Like when your tastes change, that's okay. Don't let
Yes.
anybody else tell you your taste change. So that means that, oh, you're different. No, 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 no. You change, you grow and whatnot.
Yes.
So like I think it's important to go ahead and look at it as, oh, you have this great relationship with your 996 right now, but don't feel to yourself that you have to corner yourself into that. Like you
Right.
be an enthusiast of everything that you want to be, because I feel like it almost allows you to have like a different type of freedom.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I
Right.
think that I think that's what makes it so special. And I think that continues in as you continue to grow and whatnot. There are other cars that you're going to be like, I'd like to go ahead and try this different type of flavor.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
maybe you're ready to go ahead and make the jump into air cooled if you so chose,
Mhm.
right? Especially if prices drop at some point in time, which will probably never happen. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's get rich, let's go. But like, who's
Let's
to
do it.
you know who's to say like maybe you have a love for JDM and you say to yourself, maybe I'm ready to go ahead and jump into
Right.
JDM, or
Right.
why not try out something American muscle? Don't ever corner yourself. Don't put baby in a corner when it comes to your enthusiasm. That's what trying to get at. I was listening to
That's it.
um uh I've had the time of my life from Dirty Dancing the other day on my way into work this morning. So shout out to Jennifer Grey.
Yeah. Wait, so on that thought though, I agree. I think that right now, honestly, a big part of why I've kind of leaned into making more videos on YouTube is because I think this is such a chapter in my life that it'd
Yes.
be cool to like capture it and like
Yes.
have that visual diary because like 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, my life could look very different in terms of what I'm doing on a daily basis, what I'm
Uh-huh.
driving. So it'll be cool to like look back and like remember this chapter, I consider it.
I am such a fan of where you are in this chapter. Got to make sure to lower myself because the camera's right there. Hello. Um,
Hello.
I love this chapter that you're on. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
really, really big fan of it
Thanks.
because I feel like, from my perspective, from your audience's perspective, from your friends who happen to be enthusiasts and they're seeing you live your life, I think we're seeing you kind of continue to discover yourself as a car enthusiast. You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yes.
And mind you, you've been a car enthusiast your entire life. I know that, like, or at least for most of it and whatnot. But like,
Mhm.
since you entered into 996 ownership, we are, from this perspective, we're seeing you like evolve, and talk about
Yeah.
your Spotify playlist. You always put them up every once in a while. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's an eclectic taste. I see that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
last time we were together and whatnot, we went ahead and talked about uh 1,000 miles. Obviously, shout out to
Vanessa
Vanessa Carlton.
Carlton.
Um, which, by the way, have you gotten the CD to go ahead and put into your
No.
car?
Okay,
Come
so
on, V.
I filled up the 4 CD slots that are in my car. So I'm
I love
not
it.
currently on the hunt for another CD because I don't have a spot to put it.
That's totally fair. The
But
CD
hey, I'm
player.
using the CD slots.
Hey,
That's
that's what I'm
great.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Have we opened up the sunroof yet? I'm sure we have at some
Oh
point. No?
yes.
Ah,
Oh
that's
yes.
what I'm talking about.
Oh yes.
Shout out to Victoria. The other day, I'm like having a random day at work and whatnot, and I get a random DM from her, and I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, what's up?" And it's Terry Crews doing
Yes.
1,000 miles, and I think was he with Max Verstappen
I
and
think
who
so.
else?
I
I think
forget who else it was.
it was Max Verstappen, may have been Charles Leclerc. It was at the Vegas Grand Prix.
Yes, it was the
And
driver's parade.
is the drivers parade, and Terry Crews was one of the drivers. And you sent me that, and I was like, "This is the greatest thing ever!" It was so good. Everybody, please do me a favor. Please go back to Victoria and I's original episode from January. Please listen to that episode because that episode is so fun. It's
Oh,
such a banger.
yes.
And we talked Natasha Bedingfield. We talked Vanessa Carlton. Earlier today, or yesterday, I was telling her, hey, like there was like a story you went ahead and put up and reminded me of Miss Congeniality.
Oh, oh, yes. Yes. Wait, what was it?
I think it was just the vibes
Oh,
of
with
the
my hat?
picture. It was
For
the hat and the
what?
hoodie. And like for whatever
Yes.
reason, like William Shatner's speech of the song that the use of she's beauty
Beautiful
and
and
she's
she's great.
grace.
She's Miss United
United
States.
States.
What an iconic movie.
Such a good movie.
I could watch that
Please
anytime it's on.
describe, please describe your perfect date. Hmm. I guess if I had to describe it, I would go ahead and say it's April. What is it? April 14th?
Something, yeah.
Something like
23rd,
that.
14th, something
Because
like
it's
that.
not too hot and it's
It's
not too
not too
cold.
cold. And all you need is a light jacket. Bar for bar, we got
Oh
it.
my God. Miss Rhode Island, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
Miss
it's
Rhode
so
Island.
good. The movie rules. Yeah, I know. That's right. I'm a
So
36-year
good.
old
It's
man
so
telling
good.
people they should watch Miss Congeniality.
But they should.
They should, though. Papa
Yeah.
Tarmac giving you a movie recommendation. Miss
You heard it
Congeniality
here.
Part 1. Let's go. Um, so can you see yourself doing more videos the way that you went ahead and filmed that? I think from my
Yeah.
perspective, knowing you, I think it absolutely suits you extremely well. Is that something that you'd like to go ahead and revisit?
I would love to do that. I think that's definitely more my vibe and like capturing more of emotion. We talked about that on the first episode.
Yes,
Like
we did.
capturing a vibe, capturing an emotion, capturing
Yes.
like yeah, like a vibe and understanding the emotion that comes through with being a car enthusiast, whether where you're driving it, what you're wearing, where you're going, what kind of events you're going to, what kind of
Yeah.
people you're around. I feel like it's all about, for lack of a better word, the vibe.
Sure. It's about the
And just
aesthetic, 100%.
the
Yeah.
aesthetic, exactly, right. So being able to kind of tell a story through video has become very interesting to me as I'm kind of learning through the what comes along with that and like how
Yeah.
you can like edit things to tell a story a certain way, whether it's music or different shots that you're taking to tell that story. I definitely find that interesting. I would love to do more of that for sure.
I want to see that more from you. So
Yeah.
if I'm the voice of your audience and whatnot, we're telling
Yes.
you, please do that. So please carry on.
Great.
Yeah, I want
Heard.
more of it. I really, really do because I thought you did an exceptional job. Obviously, Manny did an exceptional job filming
Manny
and
did it.
editing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
just, but it takes two. It does take two. It, like when you look at the people who make good car videos and car films and whatnot, like, you look at Chris Harris is a perfect example. Him and his cameraman slash director, his name is Neil Carey. Like the way that they are able to go ahead and just focus on each other, the way that they are able to go ahead and read each other's mind, to go ahead and say, this is exactly what we need to do. Because they've been doing it for together for like 15 years
Wow.
and everything like that. But it's a two-person combo, and the same thing can be said with, like, Jason Camisa and his director Anthony Esposito over at Haggerty and
Right.
stuff like that. The way that, so like when you have someone that you can really trust behind the camera when you're presenting, or you want to go ahead and put out an idea, or even if that's their idea but you're the visual representation of said idea, it's
Mhm.
important to be on the same brainwave as that individual. And
Yes.
so it's very clear that you and Manny have a very good dynamic.
Yes.
And whatever visual representation you want to talk about, whether it is your 996 as the subject, or whether it be you as the subject, or if whether it be another car that you are discussing and
Right.
whatnot, or it's very important that that dynamic is there, and it's very clear that you two have that, and
Yeah.
it's good chemistry. um because it was very well presented on screen. So I acknowledge
Yes.
you, and I'm very, very happy and proud of you with how it came out.
Thank
I was just blown away by how it was, like, so well done. Because again, your mini vlogs are cool, but like this was your coming out party.
presentation.
Yeah, it was your
Yes.
coming out party in a really
Right.
cool way, because the
Yes.
Porsche USA saw it and they're like, "Hey, dude, we gotta talk. Can we talk real quick? Can you take our call?" Like when
Right.
Porsche USA calls, you're like, you don't not pick up.
Oh,
You
you
know,
answer that call.
you
You
answer
answer
that
that
call.
call
Let me
for
tell you
sure.
right now.
Yes.
So that was super sick. So now take me back a little bit,
Yeah.
because obviously from when we did the last pod and
Mm.
whatnot, you got a chance to go ahead and experience California,
Yes.
right? Was that your first
Yes.
time going to California?
So I've been to California, not really spent much time in Los Angeles, and definitely had never experienced car culture in California, which was the whole point of the
It's the
trip that
Mecca.
I took.
It's the Mecca.
And that's what I heard for so long. So I was like, okay, how are we going to make this a thing where I actually go and experience it? I went for the Porsche Literature Show in February.
Okay.
So it's like all these open houses happen around this show where a lot of collectors come in for like unique pieces and stuff. But a lot of the shops locally to the Los Angeles area have open houses. So
Yeah.
there were events for like 4 days, 4 or 5 days straight. So I got to visit a lot of the shops and like experience LA Porsche culture, which was so cool. Very,
I
very
was
cool.
very excited to see you. I loved your rental car review. That was good stuff. I was like,
Yes,
Victoria
yes.
getting her journalist on. Let's go. What, you were driving a BMW, right?
I drove a Z4 in LA, and then before that in San Francisco, I drove a Mercedes C300, I think it was.
Okay, cool. Now the
Yeah.
C300, was that a newer one? Was that a current gen one? Like,
I think it was like 2022.
oh, okay. Did you
Um,
churro it?
yeah, I Turo'd it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. How'd you
I
like them?
Turo'd that and then I sixed the Z4.
Okay, cool.
Um, it was the C300 was like so easy to move in that. It was so comfortable, so quiet. I thought the steering was a little bit numb, kind of
Sure.
vague, but the rest of it was super comfortable. Um, the Z4 was super sporty, super easy to drive. I loved how compact it was. I'm used to like a smaller car like that, so it felt more natural to drive in like a smaller
Yeah,
greenhouse like that. Um, but yeah, both cool cars.
very cool.
Yeah,
So the C300, I want to ask you specifically about, because obviously
yeah.
when you were growing up in high school slash college and whatnot, obviously you had the a very cool early mid 90s E-Class that your parents passed you
C
down and stuff like
class,
that. The
C
C-Class,
class,
excuse me. Shout out
C280.
shout out to Victoria's grandma, who used to own that car back in the day, and then
Mhm.
it was your dad, and then he passed it on to you and your brother, right? And
So yes, so it was my dad's mom's car, and then because I was turning 16, and my grandmother was literally 99 and like still driving, and we were like, okay,
shout out to
well,
your grandmother being
yeah,
99. Hey, yo,
in
respect.
Florida,
Mama
yeah,
Eskew.
literally. And I needed a car, because my brother is younger, so I was going to drive us to high school. So um, it kind of worked out where she, really shouldn't be driving anymore at that age.
You
And
should be.
and so we took the C280 up from Florida. So we drove it up literally, I don't know, 24 hours that is, I think. We did like one stop overnight. And then, yeah, that car was fantastic. So after I graduated high school, my brother had it for his car. It was a great car, white over tan,
So sick.
95, 1995.
Sheesh. What were you doing in 1995? I was 5 years old.
I was a baby.
I was I was a child.
I
Literally.
was a young
Actually, yeah,
child.
I was a young child. Actually, shout out to my little sister was born. Actually, my little sister's 31st birthday is coming up on the 28th of December.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so she's turning 31.
Capricorn, shout out to Capricorns.
Shout out to Capricorns. There we go.
I'm a
And
Capricorn.
you know what? I'll share this. I'm sure she wouldn't mind and whatnot. I actually found out, Victoria,
Hmm.
over on Black Friday, that Papa Tarmac gets to be Uncle Tarmac, Tio Tarmac.
Oh,
My
love
little
that.
sister and her husband are expecting their first,
Congrats.
which is
Wow.
really really cool. And so July, if I'm not mistaken. So
Okay.
I have nephews via my wife.
Yeah.
Shout out to my nephews, of course, but that's her side of the family. This is the first time that I get to be an uncle, like blood.
Oh my God. Wow,
So,
love it.
and
What an honor.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for my sister. I'm
Yes.
very excited for my brother-in-law. My mom like just called me and told me about it, and I'm like, Ma, you got to let me talk to my sister though. You should maybe give her the phone back.
Yeah, pass me the phone.
Uh, but my mom is very excited to go ahead and add a new grandbaby into the family and
Yeah.
whatnot, of course. And what I was getting at originally was your C280 that you used to have
Yeah.
um, is a 95, and that's why it popped up in my head. But you
Mhm.
drove a C300 while you were in California. I'm
Yeah.
curious. I don't want you to compare them because obviously we're talking like 27 years worth of difference between these two cars, but I
Yeah.
am curious to go ahead and get your thoughts on the C300's evolution as to where it is right now compared to where it started back in the early to mid 90s and late 80s and whatnot. Did you
Yeah.
kind of get the same gist, if you will, of like, yeah, no, I still get the feel of what they were trying to do? Is it very different now in 27 years, or actually now 30 years later and whatnot? Like,
Yeah.
how was it? How was the vibe?
I would definitely think that they're different. So when I think of the 95 C280, I think of it as like rigid. Like I called that car like a tank. It felt very rigid, strong. Like you would hear creaks when you like turn like an off camber corner. Like it was just structurally very sound. And like even the steering wasn't the tightest, but it would be direct enough that you would understand kind of like the direction that it's going. I felt like in the C300 when I drove it, it felt more, of course, E-Class like because it's definitely graduated in size since then. But it felt more cushiony, more luxury in terms of just feeling like more um, loose, I would say. Like I said, like the steering was kind of numb. It's just more going for like cushy, luxury, comfortable rather than like strong, bulletproof. Because I feel like that's what I think of like 80s, 90s Mercedes as
Absolutely. Which
for
is
sure.
part of the reason why you love the fact that you want to
G-Wagons.
go for a G-Wagon. It's literally a
Yes,
tank, and
literally.
whatnot. That's fascinating. Now we fast forward to you having driven the Z4 down in Los Angeles and whatnot,
Yeah.
and you talk about like it was sporty, it was compact, it was really small, something that you're used to. But
Yeah.
obviously, it's front engine, rear wheel drive, whereas the
Right.
996 is rear engine and whatnot. How did it feel to be driving that particular car compared to your 996? Like, what was the vibe like? What were your input like? What type of changes did you need to make to your inputs when you were like, oh crap, hold on, this isn't my 996?
Yeah, I feel like I'm used to with like the rear wheel drive and the engine being in the back. I feel like you're more used to like, okay, like you're going around a corner and you're kind of like using that momentum to kind of
Right.
like go around like that versus like the front engine and like the end, the engine being just more in the front and just being a little bit bigger. It's literally like you're kind of more preemptively kind of judging where you need to go with the steering first because it's going to be like a little bit, what's the word for it? What would you say? Like not numb, but like more you need to kind of like
You have to
mm,
call you have to it's is it more unexpected and you have to kind of rely on what's coming up next kind of a deal?
kind of like you need to predict a little bit
Yes.
and then kind of like guide it that way.
Gotcha. That makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Although the turning radius on the Z4 was still pretty tight though, because it's such a
I'm
short
sure it
wheelbase.
was. I'm sure
Yeah.
it was. my shout out to my children who are home and they don't realize
We
that
have
when the door is
guests.
locked, yes, that it is it's podcast, and whatnot. I love you, children. I'm in the middle of recording a podcast. I'm gonna edit it out. But or maybe not. Maybe people need to know the real life things that happen behind the
BTS.
scenes of
Yeah.
tormenting tarmac when I'm recording from home. Um, did you run the canyons in the Z4 in
No,
LA?
I didn't get a chance to go up there. Yeah, the week didn't
Okay.
lend itself for me to get a chance to go up there. I forget why. Um, I think it was just because the way that my schedule lined up with the shows that I wanted to go to, it didn't make sense to head up there because it was so out of the way. Like
Right.
I would have had, oh, you know what? I think it was also because that Friday, usually they have the Good Vibes Breakfast
Good
Club on
vibes. Yeah.
Fridays.
Shout out to Jay Ryan, who
Yes.
was on TT not too long ago. Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
shout out. So
Yeah.
I wanted to go to there, but I think there was another event that everybody was going to instead of that. Like Jay
Okay.
had posted everybody go to this event instead. So it wasn't happening, and that's why I didn't go, actually, now that I think
That
about it.
makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I you didn't get a chance to run the canyons in the Z4, which is unfortunate.
I know. Next
But
time I go, I obviously have to go up there.
well, you should because I did run the canyons while I was out in LA.
Do tell. Do tell.
The Sorrento ran. Give me 1 minute. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 minute.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So I did run the canyons, and
Yeah.
I ran it in my car in the
Yeah.
Sorrento.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, how did the Sorrento boogie? I definitely need to know
Homie,
this.
it actually it boogied way better than I had any right of doing.
Okay,
Way
Kia.
better. It was so good. Okay, so Friday morning, me and shout out to Ryan Barkey, of course, of that car show, who was with me, big homie. We checked out of our hotel, out of East LA, and
Hmm.
we were like, we were actually going to try and go up to Good Vibes ourselves in Newcomb
Yeah.
Ranch, but it was raining those 3 days that I was in Los Angeles, and
Oh,
there was supposedly a flood warning, and we were like, it's not a good idea to go ahead and drive up there. It just wasn't.
yeah.
So he had told me the night previous while we were at dinner at this lovely restaurant called the Lowry's. For anybody that's in LA, I talked about this last episode. I went on a tangent. This place was delightful. It's not going to get out of my brain anytime soon. Probably top three. Honestly, I'm just going to be honest. It was probably the best steak I've ever had.
Wow.
It was delightful. They supposedly invented valet there. It was great.
No
Shout
way.
out to them. Please go check them out, even though they're expensive as fuck, but they're great. Anyways,
Worth it.
so we decided the night previous. He's like, "Hey man, why don't we go to Malibu and we should drive to Neptune's Net?"
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
if anybody's a car enthusiast, and most people who listen to this podcast are, Neptune's Net is very famous for being in the Fast and the Furious, where Paul and Vin film their scene, talk about race wars, and
He's
that's
like, I
where
want in.
I
I
want
want
in.
in.
Yeah, it's like, what is this? Directions to what? To race wars.
Wars.
We'll see how you do. Then we'll
Yeah.
talk.
Then we'll
Yeah,
talk.
bar for bar. Um, so that obviously that scene happens directly before after the Supra smokes the 355
Right.
for anybody who was wondering. And so I was like, I've never been to Neptune's Net. Like, I kind of have to go. I think I'm one of the biggest Fast and Furious fans I know, and I've never done this. Like, I
Yeah.
need to go. So I was like, okay, set. We're gonna go have lunch at Neptune's Net. So we
Yeah.
took the freeway all the way to PCH, and we drove it as far up as it we needed to get to Malibu to
Right.
Neptune's Net. And so we pull up to Neptune's Net. It was like 11 in the morning. It's dead,
Okay.
dead. V. And it's like
Wait,
this
what
is
day of the week?
Friday, Friday
Okay.
morning. Friday
Okay.
morning, dead. Everybody's at work. I'm like, ha, this is great. You
Yeah.
employed suckers, mind you. I'm on PTO. Um,
Right. Yeah.
I have a
You took a
job too.
Friday off.
I took a Friday off. Took a Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday off. But I get there and it's dead, and I go and I walk up to the guy, and I'm looking at him, and I'm at the cashier. He's like, "Dude, I just need you to know this is my first time here." He's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm such a big fan of the movie, and I finally came out after 25 years." He's like, "Bro," like he was like genuinely happy for me, right?
Love that.
And so like I'm looking at the menu. I ended up getting shrimp because why
Of
not?
course.
It was actually quite
Yes.
good. Shrimp was
Okay,
solid. Shrimp
good.
with the French
I
fries
would
was really,
hope.
really good. Had it with a Mexican Coke,
Okay.
delightful. And I was talking about the scene, and the guy's been I think he told me he'd been working there for like 4 years. And
Okay.
so the booth area where they filmed the scene,
Yeah.
he was telling me they moved the table and obviously used a smaller table so that way they could easily film and whatnot. But the section where they filmed was available to sit at. Like I was
No
like,
way.
he's like, well, I
Come
guess I know where
on.
I'm sitting. Let's go, dog.
Serendipity.
Like it was so good. So, me and Ryan, we sat there, and as I'm waiting for my food, like I grab my phone, I'm taking pictures of the ocean because it's like right across the street.
Yeah.
Neptune's Net, the sign is like right there, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I gotta call Natalie, and
I gotta make that
I
call.
was like, hold on,
This
like
is
I got to,
iconic.
it's iconic. Like I
This is a
call it
moment.
FaceTime
Yes.
Natalie, and I'm like, I'm at Neptune's Net. She's like, what the hell is Neptune's Net? I was like, it's the place where they filmed the Fast and Furious. Don't say it. Like, what are you talking? And she's like, okay. And like I could tell like she could care less, but her being my wife, like she was so kind of
Happy
like
for
she
you.
was happy for me because I was like
Yes.
having that moment, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, this is a moment for me. Like, please,
Yes.
we're here. We've done the thing.
We're living it.
We're living it.
Yeah.
And it was a fun time. It was really, really good. And the food was good. And then we were on PCH. So there's like
Mhm.
three canyons that you could go ahead and take, three canyon roads. And I was
That's
like,
right.
yeah. And I'm like looking at my watch. So my plan is to drive home later that day. And Ryan's got to take a flight, but his flight's not till like 6:45, 7
Okay.
p.m. So it's going to be
Okay.
late and it's like barely noon. And I'm
Yeah.
like, do I or do I not run a couple of canyons in this car? And after 5 minutes of deliberation, I'm like, I would hate myself if I came all this way and didn't run one at least.
Yeah.
Mind
Yeah.
you, I ran three. Um,
Love that.
yeah. So I did Encinal Canyon, which was the first canyon
Okay.
coming down south on PCH,
Okay.
and so this canyon I would describe as relatively technical, but a
Yeah.
little bit more open than the third one.
Okay.
And so like for the most part, like going up it, it's like 35 mile an hour. And so like I was barely getting out of second gear in my car.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's an automatic. I'm not shifting or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like, you know, the inputs are going really well. Like it's accelerating really nicely. Like I'm like,
Okay.
why is this crossover behaving so well up this hill? Like this
Right.
doesn't make any sense. Downhill, it was even better. And I was like,
Okay.
dude, this is great. And then like what, I take that canyon up. It was like 10 minutes worth of a drive. By the way,
Okay.
there's not a single soul except for like two other cars that passed me the other way. And
Wow.
I was like,
Perfect.
we are so in the game right now. And then
Yes.
coming down, um, I think I may have seen like one bicyclist like coming the opposite way. So that was it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this
What a
is
dream.
fantastic. It was the dream,
The
homie.
dream.
The dream. I hit
Friday morning,
PC
nobody's out.
Friday morning. Nobody's out here. Everybody's like making a living, and here I am having the time of my life for like 10 minutes. This is great. I hit PCH. I go left, and I'm like, should I run another one? I was like, I should. And then Ryan told me, he's like, yeah, I think Latigo is coming up like relatively soon. I'm like, okay, but like like he had it on his phone, but like reception over on that part of PCH is not that great. So we were like,
Okay.
the GPS was taking a minute, and I see the sign for Latigo Canyon. I was like, bro, we found it. Here we go. Like I just take a really sharp
Hit that
left.
left.
Yeah, I hit that left so hard, dog. Latigo was technical as a mother. Like
Really? I don't know these roads that well.
dude. So I remember them from watching Matt Farah and Zach Clapman on one takes on the Smoking Tire all these years. So that's why
Oh,
I recognize a lot
wow.
of these roads. So I'm like,
Wow.
these are the same ones that Farah and Clapman drive. These are the same ones that Lieberman drives all the time. These are the roads that anybody who's a California journalist, LA based in particular, these are the
Yeah.
ones where they take all the good cars up. So
Gotcha.
it's like, all right, like, well, I'm not a car journalist. I'm just an enthusiast. And here I am in a very basic ass crossover. But like, let's see what
You're
all the fuss is
there.
all about.
Yeah.
And I take it up Latigo, and dude, that was I'm talking like lock to lock on some of
Wow.
these.
So
Yeah,
just
like
switchbacks going all the way.
switchbacks going up. I'm like barely doing 40 miles an hour, but I'm having
Yeah.
the time of my life. We
Oh,
had the
yeah.
windows down because it's like 65 degrees. It's like beautiful.
Perfect.
All
Yeah.
I hear is like faintly. And I'm like, is that what I think it is? He's like, Jorge, you are absolutely getting tires out of these tires right now.
Wow.
I was like,
All right.
that's
So you were
incredible.
moving and grooving.
I was moving and grooving, mind you. These are brand new tires that I literally put on the week prior to my LA trip.
Stop. Depends on wearing them.
Oh God, yeah. Like I was getting tires. I was like, wow, this car is really boogieing right now. There was a couple of
Yeah.
like really blind corners where like I was like, oh my God, it needs more input to go ahead and make this turn.
And actually
Like
see like the next corner.
homie, like your 996 would have probably been the perfect size for that car or perfect size for that
Mm.
road. Like a 996, a 993, a Lotus, a Leaser, an Exige,
Yeah.
a Fiat 500, a Fiesta
Yeah.
ST. Like those are the types of cars that would be perfect for that type of road. My
Yeah.
car wasn't, but like it was so stupid that it was like, this is
It
the
made
right.
so much sense though. You had to do that.
I had to do it. And it was
What an
great. The what
iconic moment.
it was iconic to say the least. And
Yeah.
I I told this to my friend. Shout out to D, my best friend, who's getting married also, by the way. Him and his fiance. I'm his best man at his wedding. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Um, I went through my brakes towards the end of that canyon run.
Oh boy.
Like when I mean that is like my
They
brakes
were getting
got real
long
hot.
in
They
the,
got
yeah.
real hot. They smelled, and I
Okay.
they smelled, and I was like, yeah, I think it's time to go. I think it's time to at least cool off. And
Okay.
I remember telling D over the phone, I was like, bro, I really Bonnie Blued my brakes here, homie. Like it was, I ran through them in one
Oh
canyon run,
man.
and I was like, yeah,
The
okay,
Sorrento was working
it
hard.
worked hard. I
Yeah.
looked when I finally got home at 12:30 at night because I finally dropped off
Oh,
Ryan
that's
at
right, because you
like
had the late flight for the drop off.
yeah, so I dropped him off at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and
Yeah.
then just decided to survive Los Angeles traffic on a Friday evening.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
get home until like 12:30. I had both of my trips set. The first trip
Yeah.
was I think it was like just over 1,000 miles for the 3 days that I was there from Phoenix
Okay.
to there and back. And then the trip of me turning on the car Friday morning to getting home, but like
Yeah.
500 miles in one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hurting, bro. I was
The
hurting.
car was working.
The car worked very much. Like with stop and go traffic, freeway driving, canyon
Yeah.
runs, Malibu. So, but it did
Yeah.
it
What a
flawlessly.
terrain it covered in one day.
Did it flawlessly. So
Love
again,
that.
139,000 mile Kia Sorento doing its job
Shout
and not.
out.
It
They
was
need to
great.
sponsor you. Next time you need to record that video that you're actually driving, and then that's going to be your sponsored
I know
video.
Kia is going to be, dude. That was the other thing. Kia and Hyundai and Genesis, the enormous presence that they had over at the auto show V,
Yes.
real heavy
Yeah.
presence,
Yeah.
and really putting out great products and whatnot. So like that was really cool.
The
Like to see
Genesis had that wagon concept,
the
right?
magma.
Yeah, I feel like people
So
blew up
bro,
Instagram on that.
it looks good in person.
Oh,
Looks
it looks good on
really,
video.
yeah. It looks. When's the New York Auto Show happening?
Ooh, I think that's April.
April. If they, I'm sure
I'm
that
not
they'll be
sure.
there. You need to go check that out. Actually,
I
not
guess
only do you need to
so.
go check that out, but you also need to talk to Janice and tell them, hey, listen, business card. Let me have a go.
Let me have a go
Let me
real
have a go.
quick.
Have you seen my Porsche USA collab? No, but
Let me have a
genuinely,
go in this wagon. That would be cool.
that would be cool. I think it
That'd be
would be
really cool.
perfect in like, you know, in the forest roads that you guys have up there,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Jersey,
honestly.
Connecticut, Vermont, all that.
Yep.
That would boogie up there.
Totally.
Um, it was really cool. They had some really good stuff over at the auto show, and I was really, really impressed. And
Good.
that's
It
going to
looked
be
like
a
a fun time.
it was, and it's going to be a yearly tradition. And shout out to Alfa
Good.
Romeo for letting me be at their party the night prior.
Shout out.
Shout out. Let me tell you. Uh, let me tell you. That was it's not every day that you get invited to a manufacturer party. And
That's
shout
pretty
out to
legit.
I felt legit for like a day.
Hell
I
yeah.
did. It was really fun. It was really, really fun.
Oh, I'm
But
glad that it was a good
it
time.
was amazing. It was amazing. But these last 10 months, you've been more legit than I have. Talk to me about,
Not true.
can we just, okay,
We all
together.
have our own wins.
We're riding together. Okay.
There you go.
We're both riding front seat,
That's right. That's right.
but you're driving. Um, so you did, not only did you do 24 hours Du Montauk, shout out to Hootie and the
Oh my
whole gang.
gosh. That was an
Um,
amazing day.
that
Yes,
was
I
your
forgot about
first,
that.
was that your second 24 hours Du Montauk, right?
First.
The first one?
First.
Okay.
Yes, what an
Okay.
experience.
So I thought, because I thought that you had done maybe, oh, you know what? I think you maybe went ahead and saw them do the thing last year, but this time you actually participated. What were you
Yes.
driving in?
Okay, so I am blessed to have amazing friends here.
Yeah, you do, dog. You got some cool friends. Like you're super cool, but your friends are cool as hell too, dude.
Very coolest.
Shout out to
I'm
Swaggle,
only
shout out
cool
to
because of
Hootie.
them. Yes,
Yeah. Shout out to
totally.
Cooper, shout out to Tom, all those guys up
All
there
the
in New
cool
York.
people. All the
Yes.
cool people. So Dave is the owner of a CLK 63 AMG Black Series. That's a mouthful.
That is a
Um,
mouthful, and that's a banger of a car.
so sick, so sick. So I was honored to be a passenger in that car. And I was lucky enough to drive it on the route, which was an amazing experience. Amazing experience. That V8 is so addictive. So addictive. And that
Chef's
rear wheel
kiss, dude.
drive, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's just effortless. It's effortless. It makes all the right noises. Um, when I think of the evolution of Mercedes and those cars, the Black Series cars of like the 2010s
Yep.
in there, like the early 2010s, 2009 to 2012, like in
What
there.
what's what's your favorite Black Series? Is it the CLK or which one would you say?
Ooh, that's tough. Well, what's our list? So we got the
You
CLK.
got the CLK, you got the
Three.
SLS, you got
Okay.
the C63 has a Black Series, the SLK has
Nah,
was the very first Black Series.
nah, CLK all the way. All
Yeah,
the
and
way.
then the SL. And then there's the SL65 Black.
Yeah, SL65 Black is, I mean, dope. But the
Dope.
CLK 63, I feel like is more like realistic for like an
Sure.
actual like car. It's so good. It's so good.
It's
So I was
good.
honored to be a passenger in that and got to drive it a little bit. Um, so much fun. It's like the perfect blend of luxury and ultimate muscle, honestly.
Hmm.
German muscle,
It's brutality, but like really nice.
but refined.
Right? Yeah, it's
Yes.
good. It's good.
Brutality, but refined. Perfectly said.
Refined brutality. That would be a hell of a
Refined
license plate.
brutality.
Let's go. I like
Ooh.
that. I like
Or
that. Yeah,
tagline.
that's
Yeah.
hashtag. Oh my God. Okay.
Refined brutality.
You need to go ahead and write. You need to write a story on that car. That's what you need to go ahead and call it. Okay, copyright right now. Copyright right now.
Ready down.
Timestamp.
Ready
Whatever the timestamp is, right here. This is the
done.
idea. You're calling Dave tonight. Be like,
Yeah. Listen, we have a
bro.
story we have
I
to
got a
write.
story. You know that Porsche USA video I did? Let's redo that, but for the
Let's
CLK
actually
Black.
redo that. Yeah. We're just gonna make it 2x.
We're just gonna make it 2X. We're just gonna go ahead and
Yes.
hey Manny, I got a car, bro. Um
Actually, though.
that's that car is so sick. Actually,
So
people are now
good.
doing 6-speed manual swaps for those cars. Did you know
I
that?
believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a
Yeah.
while, but we're finally there. And like I'm hearing like they're like really great and whatnot.
Really?
But yeah, they're so good. But like even with
Wow.
just the because I think the CLK comes with a 7-speed auto, it's still awesome. It's still
Yeah.
super sick, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just a rad car, dude. And I'm so happy you got a chance to experience it. And they're fast, like they're 15 years old, but like 15-year-old horsepower is still horsepower. Like it
Oh, hell
boogies.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, you know what I
Yes, it
mean?
is. Yes. Big
Just
time. Like
mountain
no issue. No issue. Like I said, effortless. Very
Ditches?
effortless.
What ditches? I get out of ditches. No problem.
No
Um,
problem.
that's so good. I've talked to Hootie a couple of different times. Of course, he's a good friend. He's a friend to this podcast. And just what they're doing over there with the 24 hours of Montauk is like
Yeah,
so genius. And it's
so good.
the fact that they just started out of nowhere and they're like, you know, just
Yep.
killing. Like, I feel like if you're on the East Coast, if no, actually, you know what? I take that back. If you're anywhere in the country and you want to do that rally, you need to
Mm,
be reaching out to Hootie and the team and praying that they'll send you an invite because
yeah.
it's so worth it. Like, I've been seeing it, like the media that Swaggles did for some of those reels and Cooper
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
unbelievable, dude. I was reposting and
Amazing.
sharing all I could. I'm like, bruh, like
Yeah.
I just want to be there,
Yeah.
you
It
know?
was such a cool experience. Honestly, I feel like the aura that was in the air that
Aura.
morning
I
was
like that.
like, it was palpable. Like you could feel that
Yeah.
everybody felt special being there because it was just like, it's absolutely very exclusive, but like the caliber of cars that are there, the variety of cars, there were like two roofs. There was an F40 LM. There was, ooh, what else? Oh my God. The two CLKs, because we were with another CLK Black
Okay.
Series. And then,
I think Hootie
yeah,
was driving, wasn't Hootie driving in his 2002?
was he? I don't
I
remember.
think he was.
You
Was
know
it
what I
lat?
love?
What?
Oh, I was gonna say one of the cars that I loved that was memorable on the drive. There was a beautiful 355 in like the dark red, not like the normal Ferrari orangey
Way
red, like
better
a
red.
dark, yeah, like
Like my
your
sweater.
sweater.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, exactly,
Mhm.
like that. It was beautiful. It sounded great. I thought it was the best sounding car in the rally because we were like
I'm
three
sure.
cars back from that, and it sounded so good.
You could hear it like it's moving at 30 miles an hour, but it sounds like it's moving like 130. It's so sick.
Excellent,
You know,
excellent.
the caliber of car is crazy when your normal cars are CLK black. And I say that as
No,
nicely as
no,
possible.
I know.
That's
Literally
crazy. No,
crazy,
that is
crazy.
so
Like
so
one of 80 cars. Like it's
that's
there.
it's yeah, it's
Yeah.
again the stuff that we sometimes get a chance to experience in some way, shape, or form is not normal.
No,
It's really, really not.
fully not normal.
This is not, this is guys, this is not, this is stuff that we can only dream
Abnormal.
of. And here you are. That's amazing. I was so happy. And then
Thank you.
I saw you hanging out with talk about popping off,
Mm.
Gail's Garage. Like,
Oh my gosh,
salute.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gail's cool, man. Dude, she's killing
She's
right
killing
now.
it. Talk about killing it. Yes, she's so
Yeah.
talented. She works so hard, so she deserves everything and everything
She's
that's
super
coming to
young
her.
too, right?
Yes.
She's like 23. I'm like, bruh,
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
if I had that work ethic at 23, I would have a work ethic.
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, she absolutely deserves everything that's coming to her and everything that she's doing is so cool. I totally respect her hustle and it's just really awesome to meet her and another car girl. It's just really
It's
nice.
it's that's what I've been liking about your journal. Excuse me, not your journal, but your journey is that you are also getting a chance to go ahead and see a lot of other female enthusiasts in your space that you get a chance to go ahead and you're seeing them do the same thing that you're
Yeah,
doing right now and like kind of blow up. We got to name drop Swaggles, obviously. Shout out to Sarah with
totally.
and her 964, which is so sick.
So sick.
Um, there's Victoria Bruno out on the West Coast,
That's right.
Tori Bruno, her and
Right.
her Testarossa, like,
Right.
hey, yeah. Gail, just a variety of different individuals.
Yes.
And that's just like four. There's so many others out there.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool that you're getting an opportunity to go ahead and get a chance to like meet them and collaborate them, form
So
friendships,
great.
getting a
Yes.
cool thing. I think that's so sick. Did you also do what was the one in Rhode Island? Did you do the Newport? Did you do Newport?
I didn't go this year. I went
Okay.
last year,
You
last
went last
October.
year. That's what it
Yes.
was. Okay.
Yes.
Did we
Which is
talk about
wild to
that?
think of it. It's been a year.
Did,
I feel like we might have touched
may
on
have
it.
glimpsed of it. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, we glimpsed.
I
We
think we
took a
glimpsed of
glimpse.
it. Actually, oh, you know what? I sent you this. I think I remember sending you the thing.
What?
Um, so shout out to friend of the podcast, Johnny Lieberman, who
Yeah.
was judging, I think, an event in particular
Yeah.
at Newport earlier this year. And so they do a picture and they do like a little small. I don't know if he writes this up or somebody else writes this up, and he tells them what to put, whatever. So so it's talking about like Johnny has been at Motor Trend for a long time now. He's at Rob Report, blah blah blah. You may have seen his videos of Head to Head, Ignition, and then you can also hear him on Spike's Car Radio
Oh,
as well as
that's
the
right.
Inevitable podcast. And then he does, and it said and frequent guest collaborations on the Smoking Tire podcast. And then I get name dropped in the middle of this like
The
thing,
write up,
the write up, and I was
the
like,
printed write up.
the printed. I was like, and he texted it to me, and I was like,
You're
dude,
like zooming in, like,
I'm at work that day on a Saturday, right?
yeah.
I'm at my part-time job. I'm hating my job at that moment in time, even though I'd had a great conversation with my wife earlier in the day. For the most part, I'm hating my job and I'm hating my day at that moment in time. And so like I get this text message from Lieberman who never texts me. And so I'm like, Lieberman's texting me, like, cool, what's up, Johnny? And then he sends me that picture, and I was like, and my
Day
weekend
made.
has been made. Uh
Yep. Preach.
that was
That
that
was a moment.
that made me tear up, dude. That made
I
me tear
believe
up.
it.
That was cool. Yeah, that was
Serious recognition right there.
yes. It was a very cool recognition. He did not need to do that, and he did out of the kindness of his heart because he is a good friend. And that was really cool. Like that was really
Yeah.
cool. Like that was my Porsche USA call. You
Oh,
know what I
it
mean?
was no, it was so great. I mean, I just love that people are getting recognized for the effort, the passion that they're putting into things. That's so satisfying, you know? There's nothing
Satisfying.
better than that.
There's
And
really
like,
not. There's really not. And like I really I love seeing my friends win.
exactly.
You
Talk
know,
about satisfying. Yeah.
that might be more satisfying than you winning. Like you as an individual, right?
Right.
Like when you see your
Right.
friends like do cool stuff,
Yeah.
dude, you do cool stuff and I get so happy. Like
I
for you,
appreciate that.
I see other friends that you and I have in the space, and when I see them do something cool, I'm like, I get so happy.
Amped. I get amped. I'm
Amped,
like, let's go. This is so
like
exciting.
hyped. And
Yes.
so it's just it's a cool feeling because we're all I don't know if we're chasing the same thing, but I think that we're just on I think what it is that we're just all chasing the love and passion of the game, kind of. I think that's what it
Yeah.
is. And we're all like we all when you hit different things, but you hit something, it's a moment
It's
and you have to
absolutely a
acknowledge
moment.
it.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I think
cool.
that I think everybody's on their own path. And I think that that's what's so cool about how we all have similar passions that overlap in many ways, but we're all
Yes.
approaching it from a different perspective.
I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with
Yeah.
you more. So you went ahead and you did a couple of interviews, and I think you actually did them last year before you did the podcast originally and stuff like that. But I've watched some of them afterwards and whatnot. And I've been meaning to ask you, and I mean this as kindly as possible.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing your own podcast yourself?
I would love to. I love asking people questions. That I think
You're
is
really
definitely
good at it. Your interview
thanks.
skills are they're better than mine.
That's not true. That's not absolutely not true. But I do find it
Huh,
interesting to learn. I think that the best way that I learn and absorb information is just by having a one-on-one conversation like this.
agreed.
I think, yeah, and I'm sure would relate to that. I think that it'd be fun. I would have to narrow down what I would want to do with that, but it's definitely crossed my mind of just what I would want to get out of that is the question. I don't know.
Well,
Um,
to me, and this is what I've been able to find about TT
yeah,
and whatever makes a good podcast, good podcast.
yeah,
Does there need to be some level of structure? Yes.
right,
But the best podcast is when you just go with the flow.
right,
That to me is the best one. So when you get a
yeah,
chance to just have a legit organic conversation with a friend or
yeah.
someone who you just immediately have really good chemistry,
Or
you and
somebody
I,
that you admire.
or somebody that you admire,
Yeah,
the flow tends to go ahead and come across relatively easily,
yeah,
especially if you show interest in what they're doing and then they appreciate the interest to being shown.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because
yes,
I feel like that's how I've been able to go ahead and that's how I try and approach any podcast that
yeah.
I do. You were saying
And I think that that's like very, I think that has come across very naturally, even with just like our conversation, where it's just kind of
our
like,
conversation, a million percent agreed. Million
right.
percent.
It's just
Yeah.
genuine interest, general excitement to like catch up and like hear about what everybody's kind of working on, what's the latest and greatest. I feel like it's just a very natural way to connect one on one. I
Right.
would love to do a podcast. I just have to put some thought into it. I think that'd be cool
The moment that you do, call me
though. Okay,
because
sounds
I
good.
will I want because I've seen your interview skills and whatnot. Like I'm genuinely like I'm so impressed. I'm like,
Thanks.
I think that you have the right formulaic way of being able to go ahead and answer, or excuse me, ask the questions. You know how to make someone feel comfortable. You know how to go ahead and break the ice. You also have knowledge on your subjects, that sort of stuff. Your presentation on camera is easily, adaptable into a presentation when into the audio format if you so chose to keep it that way.
Hmm.
So like your transition would be very easy. You know what I mean? I think,
Yeah, sounds like a
and
plan to me.
like I'm telling you, like just don't kick my ass too bad because I know you'll be better. But like I
So,
want you to do this. Like I think it would be really, 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 really
no, no,
sick.
no. Like we
So
said, here's the car.
we're driving. We're
We're
driving together.
driving it.
We're
We're
driving together.
driving it.
Yes, this
That's
is very,
right.
very true.
That's
Speaking of
right.
driving, so we brought up Luftical earlier in the
Yes.
conversation and whatnot. So that was your
Yes.
first Luft. That was a
Yes.
big deal. So
Yep.
Luft last year took place
Universal Studios,
Universal
right?
Studios actually during the Velocity Invitational, which I was on. So I chose to go Velocity over Luft and
Yeah.
whatnot, and they were both amazing, and it looked hella sick and
So
whatnot. But
cool.
like the vibe of it being in North Carolina and the
Yeah.
Smoky Mountains and stuff like that, that looked kind of
It was cool. So it was at the American Tobacco campus in Durham. So
okay.
basically this campus is like it's old tobacco factories, but it's been
Yeah,
taken over to
that's
like all these businesses.
remind me, Durham North. That's where Duke is it not?
That's
Duke is
right.
in Durham. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Because when we went downtown to dinner, we saw that some of the campus was like nearby.
Yes.
So a lot of the restaurants like that students would go to. Um, but yeah, so rented a house with a couple of other people that came down from New York. We rallied down. And it was a blast. Honestly, my only regret is I definitely didn't see everything that was at the event. Like
Never.
it
It's
was,
impossible when you do stuff like that, right?
yes, I think the only feedback I would have is that they have like a little map that shows like this is the 356 section, this is the 964 section, this is the race car section. Like, so you don't miss things. Cause like if I knew something was around that corner, I would have gone that way. But like I didn't
Right.
think anything was over there, so I didn't go over there. So
Yep.
that's my only feedback. But yeah, it was incredible. The
That's
cars were
so
just
cool.
unreal.
That I mean, I need to do. I haven't done Luft yet. I need to.
Yeah, you have to add it to the list for sure.
I need to add it to the list. Obviously they're planning for whatever it is going to be in 2026. If it's West Coast related, I will do. My 2026 looks very jam packed from the very beginning, and it's actually kind of a
We
little
love
overwhelming.
that.
No, well, like not from the cars perspective. Of course, I am going to do Barrett Jackson Car Week and do
Yeah.
what I've done the last couple of years, and like
Yeah.
take a full week off, immerse myself like an idiot, spend gas I don't need to be spending, and just go.
Just go.
Um, but I'm gonna do it anyways and whatnot. And then I've got to go to Texas in February.
Okay.
I have Texas again in May, and then I think I'm gonna try and hit up the Velocity Invitational in May
May,
again.
right? I put it
Yeah.
on my calendar because I
Oh,
know that
that's
you mentioned
right.
that last year. Yes.
Yes, it's
Yes.
coming back for this year. You need to
Yes.
go. I think it's right
I
before
think it's
Memorial
the
Day.
right before. Yes.
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 Like the
Do
20
it.
something. Yeah.
Do it. It's worth 2,900 miles. It is. I'm not just
It's
saying that.
worth it. Just
It's
saying
worth the
that.
20. It's worth the transcontinental flight.
So
Uh,
you've
wi-
already calculated how many miles?
well, if I'm not mistaken, well, because like I've watched enough Cannonball videos to know that New York to LA is like a tick
Oh,
under. It's right around 3,000 miles.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jersey to NorCal, I assume would probably be around the same thing.
Probably a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
Yeah.
by the way, is it transcontinental where you're flying when you're flying across the continent?
I believe so.
It is,
Sounds
right?
right.
Okay, so
I
there you
believe
go.
so. Yeah.
Transcontinental flight.
Transcontinental.
A transcontinental flight.
Yes.
You must do it. And
Must.
then Turo, watch it you Turo while you're out on the West Coast this time around.
Ooh.
you've already done a C300, you've already done a Z4.
Right. So I've done BMW and Mercedes.
I feel like you should do Audi, but like, dude, okay. Oh, all right, hear me out for 1 second. So my shout out to my buddy Dan. His
Yeah.
Audi SQ5 is straight fire.
Okay.
That is that is the crossover that I do want. Even though
Yeah.
I love my little Kia Sorento and its unbelievableness,
Yeah.
the SQ5 is so good at its job.
I've heard great things. I've
It's
driven one before.
it's
Yes, they
great.
are great.
I
They are
was in the
great.
back seat and I was like, this is a fantastic car. Like it was
Because they're the
so
perfect size and then the
they're
performance is like great.
homie, it sounds
Sounds
so
great.
good. And the
Yes.
ride was really comfortable. Like I thought it was gonna be
Yeah.
stiff, and it was not. Like I was like,
Yeah.
yo, this is like real comfortable back here. And
Yeah.
way quicker than it had any right of being.
Right?
So
I know.
it was really, really, really impressive. Um, so I
They are
highly
great.
recommend that might be the right vehicle to go
Turo.
ahead and Turo. Yes.
Okay. We'll write it down. We will write that down.
I might have to add it quite a bit. I'm so sorry.
You're
Um,
fine.
this might not make it to YouTube, but it will definitely be on the audio. Um, but yeah, that might be a good one. Let me try and think of.
Yeah.
You know what? Touring a 991 might not be bad of an
Ooh.
idea.
I've never
991.1 Carrera.
driven a 991.
You've never driven a
Yeah.
991?
I
Really?
don't
Okay. Have you
think
driven? Have
so.
you ridden one?
That's a good question too. I'm trying to think of anybody that I know that has one. I don't, I'm sure I have at some point, but like
Yeah.
not anything memorable, that comes to mind. Like maybe like a
I've
short trip.
I feel that. I feel that. I've
Yeah.
ridden in dot one and dot two.
Okay.
Yes, dot one GT3 ridden in, dot two
Nice.
GT3 with a 6 speed ridden in.
Love.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah. They're good.
They're
They're
not too
good.
shabby. Yeah.
No.
Oh my God. You know actually what was impressive about the 991, in particular the actually both cars, way more torquier than they have any right of being.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Way more. They're real meaty in the middle.
Okay.
And then they pull like a freight train from
Yes.
like 6.5 to 9. Like because the torque was really. I remember we were going down this canyon in Prescott. Me and my shout
Yeah.
out to my boy Dakota, whose birthday is tomorrow. And so happy birthday, Dakota. Please listen to this podcast because I just shouted you out, bro.
Yeah.
And so him and his lovely wife Annie, who is also a very dear friend of mine, they have a 991.2 GT3 Miami Blue. It's
Okay.
28 and it's
Yeah.
a 6 speed. And I went up to their house in Prescott a year and a half ago, and they were like, Jorge, come up. We're gonna go ahead and take a driving day. And I was like,
Nice.
say less,
Sign
bro.
me
I'll
up.
sign me right up. I went on Martin Luther King Jr. I drove up to their house, an hour and 35 minutes away from mine.
Yeah.
And we took the GT3. Me and Dakota are in the GT3. Annie's in the NSX, and her dad, shout out to Hook, was in his 992 GT3.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah. And we were ripping in the canyons up in Prescott.
Wow.
And coming down the mountain, like Dakota was between like 4 and 6 grand shifting, like coming down the mountain and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
whenever there would be a straight, he'd get on it and like full on 5 to 9
Ripping.
shift. And I was like, and first of all, the noise is insane in those cars. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure that from 4 to 7, and because your car, what, redline's like 765, maybe 7,
Yeah. Yeah.
call
Like
it
seven.
7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that noise is like mechanical as all hell. It sounds like,
Totally. Yeah.
it's like raspy as like, it's
Yeah.
nasty. Imagine one more full liter and two extra,
Right.
you
Right. Yes.
two
And
extra
two extra
K.
K.
Yeah.
Right.
Rips like it just I don't know how to describe it. I guess it was like it it's just like a machine gun like fully going off automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
And I was like, that noise is insane.
Inject that into my ears.
Just put it like I don't do heroin, so inject that into my veins instead. Let's go. It's
Repeat.
so good.
Yeah.
Just
Wait, it's like the monkey with the headphones.
yep, it's the monkey with the headphones. That's gonna be
That's
a
the
picture.
meme.
That's gonna be that we're gonna take a picture
Insert
right here,
picture
and
here.
we'll put the monkey right in between us as we're talking
Right
about
there.
this. It's so good. You need to drive. You need to ride at least in a GT3. I'm surprised you haven't.
I know, me too. Now that
Shocked,
I think about it.
actually.
I'm ashamed.
It's you
I
should be
should have that on my
ashamed of
resume. Like, what am I doing?
There's a list of like 21 questions. Have you ever
Yeah.
ridden in a GT3? No, that's
Like a
the
bingo
only
card.
no.
No, it's a bingo card.
It's a bingo card. Yeah.
Car enthusiast bingo card. I need to
Have you
check
ever
things
ridden in
off.
a GT3? Nope. Fail.
GT3 I have, not a 991 though.
Oh, okay. Oh, was it 997 or nine or which one?
Well, my dad had a 996, so when I was
Oh, your
younger.
dad had a 996 GT3?
Yeah.
I did not know. Please do tell. Oh my gosh. That is
Oh,
uber. Yo, Papa Eskew though.
where do you think I learned all this
I
stuff
mean, I
from?
knew that, but I didn't know it was a GT3. You
Yes.
mentioned 911. The words
Oh,
GT3 were never uttered.
mentioned. Got it,
Yes.
got it, got it.
Okay,
Okay.
that's totally fair.
Yes.
Did have you driven your pops' 996 GT3?
No, he doesn't have it anymore. He just had it when
Ah,
I was
okay.
younger. Yeah,
Totally
so it was
fair.
before I could drive. Yeah. But that's where we went to a lot of like track events
Yes,
for
of
for
course.
driving that car. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
where I learned a lot about like
Dude,
tires and checking
yeah,
your tire pressure and all that kind of stuff.
100%. 996 GT3s are having a moment.
Oh, don't say it. I don't
I
want them to
know.
go
I'm
crazy.
sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? My boy Kent would say the exact same thing. Don't buy them. They suck.
No, they're
Don't
terrible.
buy them. They're terrible.
Mm-mm.
Nobody wants them.
Only
They're
bad people want them.
absolutely. The engine will go within 1 foot
Yeah, I don't know
of
about that
throttle.
Metzger thing. I don't
Nope.
know about
It's
that.
straight booty.
Yeah,
Don't
you
do
don't
it.
want it.
You don't
You
want
don't
it.
want it.
You don't want it. Like,
Yep.
oh, you have one for sale? I'll give you $10 for it. Nah, sorry. It's now good. No bueno.
No bueno.
Um, that is so cool. I did not know that bit. That is very,
Oh,
very cool.
yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Does he still like kind of dabble in the enthusiast?
Yes, he has a 2016 GT4 is what his like current
Oh,
fun car
nice.
is. Yeah.
981. Very
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
981. Those are
Guards
cool.
red.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
guards red. Very cool.
Yeah.
GT4s, man. Can't beat them.
Oh, I'm
They're
sorry. No,
so
it's not
good.
guards red. It's carmine red.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Carmine red.
Carmine red
Yep.
is the deeper red, is it not?
Slightly deeper. Slightly
Yeah.
deeper. Slightly
Yeah.
closer to your sweater.
Yeah. No, that's a bit. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Again, shout out to my wife for buying me the sweater. This sweater slaps. Speaking of my sweater, I know you saw my turbo sweater on that Alpha.
Oh, yes.
How sick
Oh,
was that?
yes. So
Shout out to
good.
Last Era.
So good.
Shout out to Eric. I laughed because I went ahead and I wore that sweater to an Alfa Romeo event, and I was like, I hope that doesn't because they
I hope that's okay.
I hope that's okay. Yes, it was 50 years of turbo for the 911 and whatnot. That was the whole meaning of it. And I
Right.
realized I was like, I'm going to an Alpha event with a Porsche sweater. This is not going to be good, but whatever. I don't care.
Who
Um,
cares?
yeah, it was a great time, and it was a sick sweater. It's like,
Right.
I paid
Someone
good
has
money
to
for it.
wear it.
Somebody's got to wear it. Somebody's got to make it look good. Who else
Come
is going to be
on.
tarmac? Why not?
Exactly.
So yeah, that GT4, that is so cool. Dude, I
I have to
remember
drive that. I have not driven it yet.
you have not driven that yet, but have you
Yeah.
ridden in it at all?
Yes, many times. Yes. But
That
honestly, he was driving it before I learned how to drive a manual, and I haven't
oh,
really
okay.
been around when he's not driving it to drive it.
Fair.
So I
Fair.
have to, yeah, we have to just coordinate a date so that I can actually drive it.
Well, what we need to do is also do like a day where you have your 996 and he's got his GT4 and you guys do a blast together.
I think we went to a Cars and Coffee one day together.
We need to vlog this.
Yes, we
This
do
needs
need
to
to
be a
vlog
vlog.
this.
This needs to go to the vlog.
100% it does. Yes.
I'm
This
I'm
was
I'm for this.
pre-vlog.
This is pre-vlog
This
days.
was pre-vlog.
How many videos do you have up on the channel now?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably close to like between, if I had to guess, like 10 and 15,
Oh, okay. It's
something like
not
that.
bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad. We got a
I'm trying
rookie
to,
numbers up. Let's go. We got to but you're so
yeah.
busy. Here's the thing. You're so busy that I could understand why you only have 10 to 15 videos up and whatnot because
It's
you are
the editing,
it's
it's
the
the
edit
editing.
it's the editing. That's why I'm so scared of like putting up videos because I don't think that I have enough time to go ahead so when I don't get interrupted, it's easy to go ahead and put a straight shot of a video and stuff like that. When you do, it's like I gotta edit the podcast and the video, and I work, and I have a
Uh-huh.
family, and I have
Uh-huh.
to take care of 3 dogs and 2 guinea pigs. What? That's like that's a lot.
Absurd. Yeah.
It's a lot.
A lot.
Eh, and so I get it. But you're so busy, and Tune Up has been so busy. Like you have 2 full-time jobs. Like I have
I do.
one full-time job and a part-time job, and then of course the family and stuff like that. But I don't consider that a job. That's normal life, which I love. That's my favorite part of life.
Of
More
course.
than the enthusiasm, more than the
Yeah.
podcast, anything. Natalie and the boys love them.
Comes
That's
first.
right. That always comes first. Never.
Yeah.
Um, Tune Up. How do you even have time to do that while also doing your full-time job? Like how do you
I don't
balance like
know.
what's the happy medium, V?
Oh, in terms of like what a perfect day looks like, or
Yeah, I
like,
guess like what's a perfect day of where you're able to balance your 8 to 5 or your 9 to 5 and then be
Mhm.
able to go ahead and still because like it's not just the editing. Like when you get a new client, you still have to have a business meeting with them. You have to get the
Yes,
concept of what they want, then
right.
go ahead and go film and however long that might be. That might be two,
Yeah,
3, 4 hours there and
right.
whatnot to grab just the content before you go ahead and sit down and make it into the visualization of what it should be. So like what
Yeah.
does a perfect day look to you? Or what's a bad day look for you? I don't know.
I think that it's more of like this is so cliche to say it, but like obviously the balance of like finding the time where you can. I don't have a perfect day mapped out. I don't have like Mondays scheduling the filming or like Friday is editing or Wednesday is like strategy. Like it just has to find its way in the calendar. So like for example, if I have a meeting that I can't miss that has to go at like 5 o'clock, I
Mhm.
have to like schedule the filming accordingly to say like, oh, I have to go on Thursday for filming. So it kind of depends on the week. Honestly, I'll take a look at Sunday nights. I look at the week to say like, okay, this is the day that I have to go into film. I'll contact one of my clients to say, okay, does Thursday work for me to come in from like 3:45 or 5? I'll usually work 7 to 3, the 9 to 5 job. So that kind of frees up some afternoon time. And if I'm not filming, I'm editing. So that's kind of like how I fill the schedule. And I just have a check. I live and die by a checklist and a to-do list. I make it every morning. Literally, right before we hopped on, I had like 8 things. Check, 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 check. I was like, mail this or like submit this, post this.
Shout
I
out
feel
to the
like I
paper
just
store. We'll get to that
shout
in a second.
out to the paper store.
Or
Okay,
non shout out.
what do you think a paper store sells?
Well, I mean, you would think they'd have some sort of paper, maybe
Paper products.
paper products, envelopes might be a good idea.
Envelopes. I think an
You know,
envelope considered a paper product,
considering that paper goes into a envelope, yes, I would agree. I would
and an envelope
1000%
is
agree.
made mostly of paper. Yeah.
That's that. So they say. So they say.
So I've heard.
So, would you mind telling me what you were able to discover at said paper store in Connecticut
In Jersey.
or in Jersey? Excuse me, in Jersey. My bad.
I was returning something at the mall at Sephora, and then I saw next door was the paper store it said on the outside. I've never heard of the paper store. So I was like, okay, I need an envelope to mail.
36 years on this earth, I have never heard of the paper store until this very day, day of
Yes.
our Lord, December the 1st, 2025.
You heard it here first. Exactly.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, the paper store might have like, I think envelopes, packing supplies, like printing supplies. Like that's what I think of like, I guess like a Staples adjacent, like kind of like that. I think of that
Office
as
Max,
the paper
something.
Office Max, right? So I'm like, okay, let me pop in here. I'm sure they have envelopes, like just plain white envelopes that you mail, like when you're mailing like a business letter or something
Sure.
like that size. So I go in, and the first thing I see in the windows is like sweatshirts, and then I see like water bottles, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Maybe they have some stuff out for the holidays because they're trying to like get people traction like in the store. And they just have like other products that they normally don't sell in the front of the store to attract people in. So
Yeah.
then I walk in, and then I see like puzzles and games, and there's a fair amount of people in the store. And I'm like, okay, so maybe this is like a gift store. Like you buy like little gifts, like white elephant gifts and stuff like
Again, still a good trajectory to be on.
Okay, right, you would think.
You would
And then
think.
I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see anything for paper products because I see the signs on the top that say like young boys or like puzzles over here. And I'm like, where are the paper products? The paper store. So I see somebody stacking like things for the aisles, and I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm looking for envelopes, for about this size." And I hold up my hands, and they're like, "Okay, let me see." And they look on the wall, and it's like all greeting cards, like Christmas cards or holiday cards, birthday cards, stuff like that, that come with the envelopes that the
Yep.
card is right for that size. And he's like, "Okay, this is the only ones we have." And I'm like, "Are you sure you don't have like any other ones that like just a normal mailer kind of envelope?" And they were like, "Okay, let me go ask somebody else." And he comes back and he's like, "No, I'm sorry, we don't have those." And I'm like, "You would think the paper store would have any standard paper product. Guess not. Guess not. I think that branding and marketing has to be revisited a little bit because it's a
I, you
little bit of a
know,
misnomer,
just a little bit, just a little bit.
a
I
little
mean,
bit
it's like a
confusing.
little bit confused. I mean, it's like going to a Mexican restaurant and then not having Mexican food.
Yeah,
Like,
not having guacamole.
that's a choice. It is a choice. Like,
But like, I don't know who you're attracting because like if you're
they
going in, because if you think of, oh, I need a sweater, I'm not going to the paper store for a
need to
sweater.
change the branding. You know what? I'm curious to see how many paper stores are left in the United States. If there's only like three of them and the rest of them closed down, that explains so much because
Yeah.
no one went to that store to go ahead and buy
They need to rebrand.
sweaters.
They need
That
to
is
rebrand.
that
If they're
is
changing their
cool.
product mix, they need to rebrand.
That's
It's not the paper store
crazy.
anymore. Maybe it
That's
once was.
maybe it's just yikes.
So, anyways, that was my
Okay.
saga.
Well, no, that's a terrible saga to be going through. Let me tell you.
Hey, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, that's too. Actually, I was at the LA Auto Show, and so I have a Zoom recorder that I use for the in-person podcast and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so my Zoom recorder moves through batteries, moves through double A's. It takes four, and then home. I mean, so when you're filming for your, or when Manny was doing your
Yeah.
video and stuff like that, what
Yeah.
was he doing for sound inside the car? Was he using the mics directly from the camera? Did he have a Zoom recorder? How did he have it set up? I'm just curious. There's a point
That's a
to
good
there's
question. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
it's all good.
I don't
The only
remember.
reason I ask is because I have the Zoom recorder
Yeah.
and I'll record like let's call it an hour and a half podcast.
Yeah.
I will lose like half my battery within that one podcast, which is
Oh my
crazy talk.
gosh.
It's crazy talk.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm going ahead and setting up with my homies from that car show.
Yeah.
Um, and like thankfully they had like a UPS store inside of the LA Convention Center.
Okay.
And I was like, great, I'm going to buy batteries. And I was
Oh
like,
no.
I went to her and I was like, just out of curiosity, do you guys have AA batteries? And she's like, I think we do. And very much she did. I was like, great, I
Okay.
need some. And it was
Yeah.
great. So I buy them. I'm like, la di da di da. I'm going to record a podcast with my friends and I've
Right.
got batteries. Pop them in.
I've got the juice.
I've got the juice. We're juiced up to the
We're
gills in my
juiced
Zoom
up.
recorder. And so I'm like, everybody's got a mic. I'm super excited. I'm sound engineering because it's their show, but they're using my equipment. So I'm kind of like getting my quote unquote producer on. I'm like, hey,
Right?
look at me. I'm so cool. 14 minutes in, my Zoom recorder dies. And I was like,
No.
I'm sorry. And I had to stop Ryan.
No.
This is a little BTS for everybody. This is the crap that I have to go through. I had to stop Ryan. I was like, Ryan, I need you to hang on for 1 second. It's like, what's up, brother? I'm like, my Zoom recorder just died. It's like, didn't you just put in new batteries? I'm like, I sure as hell did. I'm like,
Right.
I don't know. So thankfully, those like portable chargers
Yeah.
that like you plug into like the wall, and then they
Yeah.
got like three different connections, right? So I
Yes.
had that one because I've been using that for my cell phone because I was gonna be out the LA convention center all day,
Yeah.
and I knew that my phone's gonna go through battery like crazy. So thankfully, it's got enough of a juice where I just plugged that into my Zoom recorder instead, and it freaking charged up my Zoom recorder. So we
Wow.
used that for the two recordings that I had to do for the three recordings actually, because I did the recording for TCS and then I do two podcasts for myself. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I'm using that and I'm never using batteries ever again. So I hate
Wow.
AA batteries. I hate Zoom for eating through said batteries.
Right.
But you know what? I went to a location where they actually sold the things that they should be selling.
That they should be selling.
What a
Yes.
concept, paper store.
Convenience.
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 Look at that,
After
dude.
this, I'm gonna look up the paper store's website and see what it looks like.
I was looking it up when you went ahead and put the thing, and I think it's
Yeah.
like mostly East Coast related, or it's mostly up on the East Coast.
Okay.
And but I was like, yeah, bro, like you need to really reevaluate your choices here, guys. Like, it's
Your
not that
branding's
hard.
off.
Branding's off. Like, don't you know who I am? I'm Victoria Eskew. This is what I do. I market for people. Y'all suck. Do you
It's
V tell
off.
tell them to hire you? Like,
I think that's my pitch.
that's the pitch. Guys, have you ever thought like maybe just out of
Listen,
curiosity?
one day I went in looking for paper at the paper store and it wasn't there. So something's off.
You film the video with the 996 behind you in front of the paper
Can
store.
you imagine?
That would be the sickest thing ever. The marketing project would be ridiculous.
That'd be hilarious.
Let's go. Yes.
Paper store
Um,
collab coming.
oh, dude. Oh my God. Hashtag collab. You know, it's like, please meet our new director of marketing over at the paper store.
One December day,
One December day, I decided
I
to go
was
ahead and
going
walk
in.
in, and there you go. And then this is how you are able to afford the G Wagon. And this is where the story comes full circle.
Right there. Story completed. Full
You walked
circle.
1,000 miles to try and go ahead and get to the paper store to look for an envelope, and you were
Wow.
unsuccessful.
Wow. It writes itself.
It really does. You know
It
what,
really
dude?
does.
I was talking about this to my friends the other day when the Louvre went ahead and got robbed, and then
Yeah.
the following week, the NBA gambling thing with the mafia came out and stuff like that. I'm sure you read about that, no?
No, I didn't hear about that. I
But
heard
you
about
heard
the
about the
robbery.
Louvre. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the NBA, right before the season started, or maybe like, yeah, no, right before the season started, the FBI was like, we have made we have culminated a decades long investigation about gambling in the NBA, and it had to do with like the mafia, and we're talking like legit Godfather type names of families and stuff like that,
Oh,
like
wow.
the the Carmine family or something like that. Just like
Wow.
the type of names that if you ever watch, like, if I'm not mistaken, Victoria, please forgive me. I believe that you are Italian. Is it? Am
I
I right?
am.
You
Yes,
are
yes,
okay.
yes.
So
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about when you like you watch Goodfellas, you watch Casino, you watch The Godfather, you watch all this stuff. It's like
Yeah.
you think about like the the Mamalino family or something. Just a random, your
Right, right, right.
typical.
It sounds,
It's
yes.
super Italian. That's what they were saying, and like they were talking about like
Like
they were
rigging
heavily
games or
rigging
like,
games.
oh, wow.
Former players got popped. Like
I
Chauncey Billups
know.
got popped. Sebastian Telfair, like all these random NBA players getting popped because they were going ahead and putting crazy bets and working with the mafia. And I was just like,
Wow.
yo, this is a script writing itself right now, on top of the
Actually,
Louvre getting robbed the week
right,
prior.
right.
So here we are writing scripts ourselves about how
Well, how
you
about the what is it, the CLK DTM, the FBI
the
seizing them?
drug lord.
Yes,
Yes.
the
Sorry, I
the
got
Olympic
super hyped up. It's
snowboarder.
for anybody watching. I know the camera just
He
did you
stood
see
up out of his
focus?
seat.
I did. That
Talk
was
about a story writing itself.
sis. That was
Yeah,
wild. Like I'm waiting. So background for anybody who's wondering what we're talking about. This dude was an Olympian, if I'm not mistaken. Was he Canadian?
right.
I think he's
I'm not
Canadian.
sure. I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he's a Canadian Olympian. He was like he may have been a swimmer.
I thought he was a snowboarder.
Oh, was that what it is? Okay, cool.
I think
That
so.
may
I think so. I don't
okay.
know.
I snowed on the white, and then I started to sell white. That's crazy. Um,
A wild trajectory.
so
Then I got a CLK TTM. Right? Isn't it? No, what's the name of the car? Is it that?
CLK GTR. It was a CLK
GTR,
GTR,
GTR, GTR. My
which
bad.
is
Yeah.
like friggin' crazy.
Yeah.
By the way, there I believe that I think you can get a CLK DTM, but it's closer to like the Black Series, where the
That's what I'm
CLK.
thinking of from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
24 hours. Yes,
that's the
that's what I'm
one.
thinking of. Yeah.
And the CLK GTR is the crazy hyper car from
Crazy.
like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
90s that was a race car and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And so this dude got his CLK GTR seized by federal authorities in their investigation. And I was like, and I remember putting it up on my Instagram stories last week, and I was like,
Mm-mm.
"This when's the movie coming out, guys?
Right,
Tell
right.
as
When's
somebody
the
writing this
Netflix
script.
special coming out?
I'm ready for the Netflix doc, yo. Like, where is it? Let's
Right.
go. I'll get Netflix again for this
We're gonna
documentary.
follow this. Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah, yeah. If I kind of want to like reach out to Netflix execs and be like, "Do you guys need a podcast being done for this? Because I know of someone." Just
I'm
throwing it out
here.
there.
We're
Hi guys.
here.
Oh my God, V. This is where your podcasting journey begins.
No,
You're
no,
the
no.
one.
This is all you. This is
Oh,
all
all
you.
right, you can come
Yeah.
along.
This
You
is
can come along.
100% you.
Yeah, yeah. But that was crazy.
Isn't that
That
wild? I'm
extremely.
curious to see how that goes, like where the story goes.
I mean, listen, I've been alive long enough to go ahead and see El Chapo like escape through tunnels. So you never know.
Yeah.
So
You never
Homeboy's
know.
apparently like really heavily affiliated with the Mexican cartels, like in Canada, which like I was like that in and of itself, or was it Russian? I think he started with like the Russian mob first.
Okay.
And like, which that in and of itself, I'm like, so like, I wanted to ask, like, so you're meaning to tell me that this stuff is still around?
Yeah, no.
That's what. So like, when I was
Yeah.
hearing about the gambling thing, and I was like, we're talking about the New York mobs, mafia and stuff like. I'm like, yo, I thought that they were like dead though. That's what I thought.
Right? You're like, wait, I heard about that in my childhood, but I didn't realize it was still actively being
Yeah, like
participated in.
I've seen enough Martin Scorsese movies to know that like the latest he goes up to is like the 80s. Like,
Yeah.
so we still have like the mafia like
2025?
in 2025, like
We came through the
mind
millennium
blowing.
with the money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Blockbuster died, Hollywood died, but the mafia didn't.
Hey, what?
Anybody,
Is
the
anyone
paper
paying attention
store,
here?
yeah, the paper store and the mafia still banging around in 2025 is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, just
Crazy.
it's it just blew my mind. So anybody who's a script writer out there, if you want to go ahead and write about Homeboy, I forget his name, you absolutely should.
Yeah.
That and Billy
I support
McFarland,
that.
um, starting up the whatever the Fire Fest or not Fire Fest, but
Oh
Phoenix.
my gosh, the
You,
Fire
have
Fest.
you been watching what he's up to lately?
Lately? No. What's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on?
He's got another one that's supposed to go live in 8 days as of recording.
Where? What? What is it's
And
a
like
music festival?
it's in the Caribbean. Yeah, another music festival like French Montana, a
You're
couple
kidding.
other. I swear to God, look it up. I
Who's
kid
letting
you
him
not.
do this?
I have no idea, but it's just like you guys, please have got to stop giving this man money.
We've seen the two documentaries that came out.
Two documentaries and an additional another Fire Fest, which just did not get allowed to do this past May. And you're gonna
Okay.
give you and by the way, this is gonna be live on pay-per-view. And so like people in the comments are like, the numbers for this pay-per-view are gonna be ridiculous just based on the fact to see as to whether or not anything happens. And I'm like, you're low-key kind of
Wow.
right. You're low-key kind
Yes.
of right.
Maybe it's a whole setup because they know the viewership's going to be there and that's what's going to pay for the whole
Well,
thing.
I mean, he's a really good scammer, which is
Yeah.
what the dude did 4 years in prison for this. And it's like, why do you keep
Wow.
doing this?
Wow. I
So
didn't realize he went to jail for 4 years.
yeah, yeah, yeah. After first one, because it was like I think it was for fraud.
Fraud. Yeah, that would
Yeah,
make sense. Yeah.
I think he was supposed to like serve six
Straight
years.
up
He ended
fraud.
straight up fraud. It's like, oh,
Everybody saw it.
we all watched the
We
Netflix
saw the
doc, homie.
sandwiches. We saw the cheese sandwiches.
I went to the website to see, and it's like they were like, oh, you could go ahead and get the local taxis, or for like $400, you can go ahead and rent a quad. And I'm like,
Oh boy,
if you
here we
spent
go.
$400 on a quad to do this, like you honestly, you deserve to
You
go ahead.
deserve.
You
Yeah.
deserve to go ahead and get deserted on said island. Don't come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Your common sense is going to send you to the wrong place.
that's that common sense is not that common when it comes to these individuals.
Apparently not.
The packages V were insane, like
Oh, I gotta
insanely
check this
expensive.
out.
Yeah, there was I think it's like join PH and it's joinphoenix.com,
Okay.
which makes me ashamed to be living in my
I
city because of this.
know.
It
How
has
dare they
nothing to
disgrace
how
that name?
dare they disgrace the sixth biggest city in the United States.
Dare they? Who do they
Bird,
think they are?
the massive disrespect to Bird City is crazy. But it's like I think there was a VIP package that was like 100 grand. And then you could go ahead and like,
Come
huh?
on.
I swear to you.
No,
And it
no,
says that you will be able to fly with Billy and then with all the other artists and then room with them for the 4 days that you're there.
no way. That doesn't even sound like anybody would actually, like the artist would actually sign up for that. No way.
100 grand. 100 grand.
Crazy.
I was like,
Well, okay. Well,
that's
I'm gonna get my popcorn and watch this unfold.
I think you should. If anybody
Yeah.
who's watching should go ahead and, you've probably had popcorn while listening to this podcast, to be quite honest. Get yourself another bowl and then watch this unfold afterwards and whatnot.
Yeah. Pop that
Um,
popcorn.
pop that popcorn. So you have done, I think we've hit so many different things that you've been able to accomplish this year. I don't think we even hit all of it, to be quite honest. But I can tell you that from this perspective, I'm very, very pleased to have seen your growth, but also to have seen like just this blossoming of your second half of your career or the second portion of your career and whatnot. I'm just so happy for you. So like
Thank you.
genuine congratulations.
Appreciate
Your
you.
2025 has been absolutely unbelievable. You deserve all the good things that have come to your way
Thank you.
because of your good work ethic, because of your good building of networking, but because also you are a very talented individual who has a deep passion for what they do, in a timeline where anybody could go ahead and blow up just off a viral thing. You're doing it in a very organic way, and I'm very pleased to see this for you. So please
Thank
don't
you.
stop. I'm very proud of you. What is, we're a few days, we're a few weeks away from 2026, which is wild to even think about.
It
Is
is.
there anything that you're particularly looking forward to other than trying to buy this G Wagon in 2026? But like
I
from a
know.
perspective of like tune up from your own social, from everything like that, is there anything in particular that you can tell us that, hey, this is what I'm up to? And please follow along with this journey, or what are you thinking?
I think it's going to be more of just the growth, nothing in particular. But I think just more of the organic growth, like you said. I think that that's really my natural progression is to just be like share my things naturally, organically. If people resonate with them, great. If not, like I said, it's a personal digital diary for me, and I'm just grateful to be a part of anything and everything. I'm just filled with gratitude, honestly. I feel very blessed. So just leading with that.
Then I think that's what makes you so cool. Um, I'm curious, as you've grown over, in particular this year, what do you think from you? What do you think has been that key that people have latched on? Like whether it be from the dudes or from the gals, because obviously I think it's,
Yeah.
it seems like uh, it seems like there's actually so many women supporting you and stuff like this. What do you think, which is awesome, by the way, what do
Yeah.
you think has been the thing that they see in you or see in your content or see what you do that they've been able to go ahead and particularly latch onto that you've
I
been able
think
to exude organically?
Yeah, I feel like naturally sharing the outfits or like the fashion aspect with the car aspect has been a very natural thing for me to want to share. And a lot of ladies reach out saying, "Oh, I love this," or like, "I love the outfit inspo," or like, "That's so unique. Like, I don't really see that." I've gotten that comment from guys and gals, the unique aspect of the outfit blends with cars and stuff. And I just find literally I set up my tripod when I'm about to leave for work or the office or whatever. As I'm walking out the door, I do a little walk around and then that's my edit for the next week. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of like brought in just having a different perspective. I don't really talk to camera that much. I don't really like do
Which you
like
should, by
car.
the way. You should.
I
No,
should. I honestly, I
you know
should.
that.
No, you're right. But I think that just having a different eye, I guess. But like I said, everybody has their own kind of perspective in this whole car community, and I think that's what makes everybody's kind of journey so interesting and unique and special. And that's just my aspect, the aesthetic, the eye, the visual interest. I think that that's kind of like been more of my focus. Yeah, and people will just kind of shout me out and be like, Victoria, I like your eye, I like your aesthetic, I like your vibe. And that's just kind of like what I like to share. So I'm glad that it resonates with people.
it resonates with a ton of people. I think that doesn't need to be said. It's very clear that it does. And your eye for capturing cool stuff, I think is undervalued. Yeah, it's undervalued because like I'll be watching your stuff and I'm like, where how the fuck did she find that location? Like,
Yeah, location scouting is a total big
yeah,
activity I
it
do. Yeah.
really is, and it's just like I'm like, that's cool. Now, granted, of course, the Northeast Coast. You and I have discussed the differences between here and the
Yeah.
desert in particular, but like just because you are surrounded by that, you know, area doesn't mean that it just comes naturally and whatnot. Yet you have been able to successfully you have this eye. I think I'll be honest with you. When I see what you do and stuff like that, the first thing that comes to mind and makes sense considering what you do for all these clients is like you have that vision of what a creative director would do for someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's literally what you that's your eye.
Yes.
And like that, like you
Yes.
see the overall landscape, you know?
Yes.
And I really that's super cool.
Thanks. That's what I consider myself to be is a creative director, have the creative direction, have the vision, and then be able to act on that. And that is something that I would like to do more of for other external parties. Definitely being the creative director, setting the vibe, creating an aesthetic, creating a mood board, stuff like that to capture a certain vision, I think is definitely something that I find passion in and definitely gives me energy. So
Yeah.
kind of leaning into that for sure.
Let's keep going. Let's
Let's
keep it
keep
going.
going. Let's
Let's keep
keep going.
going. Journey's
Yeah.
not over. We're it's
We're just getting
not by a
started,
long
right?
shot.
Yeah.
I am rooting for you. I am so pleased that you decided to go ahead and stop by virtually. Really
Of
appreciate it. Appreciate the
course.
time. Um, you are a good friend and a staunch supporter, and it always is a treat to go ahead and see you doing your things. So please keep it going. Um, for those of you who are not following V, please go ahead and give her a follow at Victoria Juliet on her Instagram account, of course, which is, are we almost at 10K? We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're
We're
getting there.
getting there.
We're close. When
We're getting there.
the crazy thing is, when we did the podcast earlier this year, we're like 2K.
It was like our goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all of a
Yeah.
sudden, hey, yo, like
Yeah, we're in it.
reels, what happened? Let's go. It popped off. I love to see it. And of course, go ahead and follow her YouTube channel at Victoria Juliet as well. And most importantly, please go ahead and check out Tune Up Social,
Thank you.
because that's where the behind the scenes of what you do for your clients is happening. And then you get an idea of, because do you collaborate on the posts or on those reels with,
No.
no, you just do it straight up for the, but
I
you
ghost
share it all the
post.
time.
Yeah, so I'm posting for them on their profile. So you wouldn't know it was me, but I'll just share it to on the tune-up page, like to
Sure.
the stories for
Your
work that I do.
IG for to enter people's accounts must be insane. You must have like 30 of them.
No, 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 no.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
just
I
kidding.
have a few, but I
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, pop in every once in a while to just kind of like community management, you would call it. Yeah.
Community management is all good. I
Yeah.
like that. You
Yeah.
know that gif of Kim Kardashian when she's looking through the bush? That's
No,
you.
which one?
You've not seen that one? I'll just show it to
Oh,
you
you
right
got to
now.
send it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I probably have seen it.
Um,
I can't think of it.
I'm sure you have, but it's also late over in Jersey, so you're like also probably like I'm checked out, dog. Let's cut.
My brain's on half right now. It's running
It's
on
a
50%.
I do appreciate you stopping by, of course, and yeah, take care of that 996 for me. Tell
You know
PSA
I
what's
will.
up. And a very, very beautiful holiday season to you and your family,
You
I wish.
too.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you. Many blessings. Yes.
oh, 100%. I'm blessed, dog. I'm blessed. Are you kidding me? I did canyon runs in a Sorrento. Who else does that? Let's
That's
go.
right. Honestly, let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. I should have filmed a little bit more, but it's okay. I survived to tell the tale, and that's really all
That's
that
right.
matters.
That's
You
right.
can go ahead and find Tormenting Tarmac on Instagram at Tormenting Tarmac. You can go ahead and find the podcast streaming on Apple and Spotify and all those good places. And additionally, I may or may not put this from the video perspective on YouTube. There have been a couple of interruptions, but it's okay. It's only like 30 seconds, so maybe I will. Doesn't matter. But please go ahead and subscribe to that and all that. And just be on the lookout for more great interviews, but then also be on the lookout for everything that V is doing because she is just killing it and on another level. So,
Appreciate
um,
you.
of course, man, everybody, season's greetings to you all from Papa Tarmac and from Victoria. This is Tormenting Tarmac. It's the podcast where the enthusiast never dies. Have a great night.